Welcome back. I am Pseudo, and it is reset night. We got a roaming Bladesworn build to show off. It's actually pretty supporty, thanks to staff being absolutely juiced out the butt. So we'll be showing that off tonight. If you catch the VODs, let me know what you'd like to see. But for now, since we have our build, we're going to be playing this, and while I work on more broken builds videos. So let's hop into it, roll the intro, and let's go!
It's all out of control.
Heck yeah. So welcome back to all our regulars. Welcome if you're new. I do lots of broken builds videos. My name is Pseudo. Lots of theory crafting videos. I still have the one planned on how to actually start in the build editor. Let's drop some ascended food for our team here. But let's get it going. The build will be in the description, both the one I was running previously as well as the one I'm going to change it up to. We're going to try Doliac Signet, even though Doliac Signet kind of sucks. Just trying to use some of this stuff that arenanet puts in the game and doesn't always maybe buff enough. But if you didn't know, staff is in the game. It's pretty sweet, especially this Scythe staff skin. It's got some good buttons for a change on warrior. Very solid. This still needs to be changed so that it gives you unblockable last instead of making the weakness it applies unblockable. But, you know, warrior things. Let's copy this over here. Move this over here. And then we'll do this. Give us a little bit more Condi cleanse. I think we're going to switch this up to Doliac Signet because I'm insane. And we're switching off the stance trait. This looks good. And then we got to switch up some of our gear, like one sigil, I believe. So let's go over here. Change this from a celerity sigil, which will give us quickness on CC, to an agility sigil, which gives us just swiftness and quickness whenever we weapon swap. It's so weird that warrior still has such limited quantities of swiftness, right? I find that very strange. Anyway, let's go. Exciting times. Shout out to arenanet for finally fixing Rush, supposedly, on the 19th. I got that wrong the other night. Those fixes are not in the game yet, but hopefully one day they will be. So maybe we'll have a functioning Rush skill, and then maybe we'll get some Bladesworn buffs at some point. Also, shout out to my Dark Universe counterpart, Captain Crapface, for his excellent video recently on current state of PvP Warrior. Pretty solid watch, good footage of him fighting a Deadeye. Had some comments of my own, kind of echoing what I always thought about Warrior, where fast hands needs to be made baseline. It's the point he got to in his video as well. Kind of weird that it hasn't been, but I also think that's partially Bladesworn's fault for existing at all. Bladesworn's just such a weird thing. It's not even a real Warrior class, really. We need to change up our food as well. We're going to use Super Cheese, and we're going to use this Dodge food, I think. Started off. But welcome if you're new, welcome if you're returning. Again, shout out to our couple followers we had over the break. If I missed you when I'm on stream, sorry, but notifications should be working again. Sometimes I mute them when I'm doing story stuff and miss people. All right, let's fight this guy. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. Got a buddy. Not really a fair fight, but I'll take it. It is reset after all. Oh, that delay. Oh, and shout out to arenanet as well as Muckluck for getting a fix-in for this, like, Blue Man group that we had going on with the Gunsaber 4, which was very interesting over the break. It was a very interesting little buff arenanet. Wow, why'd I go over there? Did I target the wall somehow? That was interesting. Gunsaber 4 was shooting out blue men, which was very interesting to see. Look at these staff autos, man. Granted, I have like 16 might here. Gonna stomp this guy? Poor guy. Dude, don't dance on him. It's 2v1. And he was a core necro. He probably just wanted the sentry. I don't know what this guy with all his legendaries and the mist armor and everything. Oh yeah, finals Shield Nobi. I love your name. Bladesworn's really fun. I just wish they'd stop taking the fun away from it. Like, if the big last thing was they I think that taking the stun off the Dragon Trigger was kind of to give them some design space, but for example, when you're in Dragon Trigger now, when you use the 2, there's this huge delay that you can't even compensate for with quickness because slashes aren't affected by quickness, but it's only on the 2. And they did that because the 2 is the most used slash in PvP, but whoever did that clearly has no understanding of the class because now all the slashes have the same cast animation, which is actually a buff for you and like a nerf for your opponent because they don't know which one you used, but it's also just feels like butt to play because you can't use it as a mobility skill anymore because there's a delay. So it's just, Janksworn is very fun, I agree. So they nailed the initial fun factor. I think they just need to get somebody in there that maybe designed it or plays the class a little bit more. But maybe, you know, changes are coming. Cautiously optimistic as always. It's been 10 years for a rush fix. It can be 10 more before they fix Bladesworn. We'll see. But right now we have a very, not overpowered, but quite strong weapon, I think. I think Warrior Staff is like about where all the weapons should have landed. It's very fun. It's very good. So hopefully, yeah, it hurt a lot of builds, right? Like it hurt all of the setups that you'd ever get. The only way to do damage on Warrior was with setups, like hitting with the stun and stuff. So it hurt all of those. It's obviously a stun and damage trait, so it had some unique identity there. And the biggest issue is all the Grandmasters now play the same, right? Daring Dragon, Immortal Dragon, and Unyielding Dragon all play the same. Oh, this guy want a 1v1? Hell yeah. Totally. Absolutely, dude. Oh, man. Wow, that poison. I just cleansed it, and he's already got it back. Ooh, he's got the core Necro Swords. And I'm lagging. It's reset night. Very reset night, chat. Wow, we lagging up a storm here. He's running off into space. He doesn't even want to fight me. I couldn't even tell if he was lagging or if he was coming back or what. Because he also had the Ghost Walk on. Staff feels like a better offset weapon than a primary weapon set. Oh, absolutely, Ocean Bat. It's Rev Staff, but better. Kinda. Yeah, I never used Unyielding. I always used Old Daring Dragon, but yeah, of course. I really miss them just playing differently. I think the best move for arenanet is just to, like, add an Immobilize to Unyielding Dragon, revert the Dragon Trigger 2, and then put Alacrity on Spellbreaker and revert Daring Dragon. But yeah, obviously, not biased at all. Definitely, as you can tell. Is this Core Necroman? This is Core Necroman. Wow, we are lagging, chat. I can't use skills. I'm lagging so much. Look at this stutter step with the fear. Oh, reset night. What's my ping? Am I dropping frames? I'm not dropping frames for you guys. Yeah, Unyielding's the one that made it unblockable. But that's the one, like, when they nerfed Unyielding Dragon, and when they added a delay to Dragon Trigger 2 is when, like, the rest of the game noticed it. Like, that the jank in PvP was finally... Because normally the jank in PvE was affecting Bladesworn balance in PvP, where they'd have to have, like, things like... What's it called? Overcharged cartridges compensate for the lack of damage in PvE, so they sacrificed that. And then they also made your stun break, like, a reset for Dragon Trigger because it wasn't doing enough damage. And, like, It always reset Dragon Trigger, but it rolled you less far. In PvE, so you could use it as part of your rotation, but they also, like, didn't add the fact that it removes Immobilize to all of the other rolls. Like, they added it to the Willbender, they added it to the Ranger, or Ranger already had it on Lightning Reflexes. They didn't add it to Dragon Spike Mine, which is weird, because when you trait Dragon Spike Mine, it counts as a movement skill, but not everyone runs Discipline, because not everyone has a brain aneurysm, because you actually don't run Discipline with Bladesworn, which is kind of the point that I made on Captain Crapface's video, which is why Fast Hands probably hasn't made baseline. So yeah, Warrior's a mess, is the TLDR on that. I commented this when I was talking to him as well, and it's kind of a point I brought up in my very first Warrior video. If something's necessary to play a class well in a game mode, you should probably just make it baseline instead of, like, I don't know, like, not doing that. Kind of like they did with, what's the Mesmer Shatter thing that made you shatter on yourself? I forget what the old trait was called. We might have to go to a different map, chat. EBG is pretty unplayable. Oh, dude, there's so many things they could do. They should have just not had Dragon Spike Mine reset Bladesworn. It's so weird to make the stun break part of the PvE rotation. Okay, so let's play the devil's advocate and be like, okay, we're doing this, right? Like, which is how I'm kind of approaching the add alacrity to Spellbreaker thing, Ocean Bat. Like, okay, we're doing this. We're going to make resetting Dragon Trigger part of PvE because it's what most people play and it's part of the gameplay. How do we do that? Well, we add an evade to it. We keep the evade window. We have it remove you only, like, as far as they did in PvE. And then for PvP and World versus World, they give you ammunition, right? Because it's it already should have if tactical reload is going to exist, which is a whole nother discussion and another point that I think it just needs to go. But some people like tactical reload and some people like Unshakable Mountain, and there's obviously ways to keep both and have it be healthy. Longer cooldown. I kind of had like a stroke earlier, and I was looking at the warrior skills, and first off, why isn't this instacast? Second off, why isn't Rampage either a stance or a shout? What I think would be really cool and would add a lot of flavor to warrior without having to overhaul a lot of the kits would be to take Rampage, which is kind of in a weird spot right now where it shares this effect with Engineer Rampage, but it's just guaranteed but longer. Rampage isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but if they took Rampage, made it like, what's the thing they say in My Hero Academia or anything kind of anime like plus ultra or go beyond, made it into a shout, right? And then when you shout, you give your allies some might, right, for PvE, but for yourself, you add a bonus effect depending on what you are. If you're core warrior, you just get base rampage, right? If you're a berserker, you get like super primal bursts, but then if you go into berserk mode while you use it, if you don't, you just get regular primal bursts. But if you use like one of your super primal bursts or have rampage end or whatever they're going to call it and berserk mode, it just kills you or puts you into down state. But if you get a kill from vengeance in down state, you automatically rally. Like it shoots that up to 100% again because they already have the coding for all of this. For Bladesworn, it makes your next dragon trigger in PvP or World vs. World just kill your opponent if you land it, period. Or something like ridiculous like that, or put them into down state. Maybe not something that strong, but like it quadruples the cat. Like if you miss or you use it and you miss, quadruples the cooldown on it. Spellbreaker, I don't know. Makes you pulse a lightning field around yourself so that all of your leaps also remove boons or something like that. No. What it does for Spellbreaker is whenever you have quickness, you also pulse slow around you like Harbinger. So it makes you like kind of have faster reflexes. Like it simulates that with boons and conditions that are already in the game. This took 8 seconds of thought. I don't know. Probably way too overpowered. People can yell at me in the comments, but there's, like I said, this game has endless possibilities for like what they could put in the game with the tools that already exist. So it's just bizarre to me that a lot of things, not only on Warrior, but like, you know, just don't get changed. But again, development budgets are hard. I get that. And so are development times. So I don't know. Rush will get changed in 3 weeks. Maybe in 10 years we can have cool stuff for Warrior. Who knows? Or like, you know, one more bug will get fixed. We'll see. Still cautiously optimistic, still enjoying the video game. Let's see. Tag left EBG already. Damn. We're still queued on EBG. How weird. You guys have any insane ideas for Warrior? Or any of the classes out there? Like, Weaver's an insane idea that they managed to pull off, right? There's plenty of stuff like that that they did do. I don't think the systems on Bladesworn need to be useless. They could do more stuff with, like, the loading of bullets into your gun saber. Should have had Dragon Spike Mine, reset Flicker Stat, PvE. What you mean by three whatever? 3 we. Find some people to fight. Come on. Come on. Ah, the lag is gone, chat. The tag left. We're good. But yeah, if anyone's joining, has any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, let me know. This is a build channel, and it is I am streaming for chill hangouts and discussions. It's fun. It's fun, chat. Ooh, I can give Alacrity for like the next 3 weeks. Look at my projectiles totally hitting this guy. Maybe my 2 is jank enough. Nope, it doesn't explode. See, like, the Revenant Shortbow would actually hit this guy because it would explode when it gets to the guy. Gunsaber projectiles just vanish into the Shadow Realm and are never seen again. Let's go. If anyone is out there on Sea of Sorrows as well, feel free to jump in, hang out. Can I tag this guy? Hell yeah. Did I get credit for that? I didn't do enough damage to get a stack from that. God damn it. Let's use 100 blades on this guy. Wow, that did almost a fourth of his health. Greatsword's such a good weapon. That was sarcasm. What's up, Ares? What would it do when it consumes 10 rage? Or 10 adrenaline? Ocean bat? That's not a bad idea. A lot of people want, like, more buttons on Warrior. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Just with the way arenanet operates. I'd love it if it did. Like, an offhand, burst skills for your offhand, don't get me wrong, are a dope idea. I just don't know if it'll ever happen, right? Like, a lot of people want, like, another F button on base Warrior, and then they'd have to move all the UI elements and everything else. I don't see that happening. But the game has definitely moved away from, you know, have one button that you charge and have a resource for, to, holy shit, I'm a Bladesworn and I generate, like, adrenaline, in quotes, aka flow, by just existing, right? F2? There we go. But I think there's plenty of ways they could add, like, sort of the functionality. Oh, it just consumes it, so you can stack 2 defensive weapon sets and get swapped to GS or hammer. 2 big burst. Yeah, that'd be alright. I want a 3rd weapon set. That was my original idea for, like, when I was theory crafting Warrior, when I first started, before I even made the first Warrior video. I thought they were going to give Warrior a 3rd weapon set if they ever did a 3rd elite spec. And it would be called Weapons Master, and it would be underwater, and it would be dope. Hello. I can play Unga Bunga Ranger now. Hell yeah. This man is a warrior. I don't want to fight you. I'm in the wrong weapon set. Go away. Alright, fine. I'll fight you with the wrong weapon set. It's whatever. He has a staff. I don't. Life's hard, I suppose. Congrats, though. That's awesome. Especially since you're playing from, like, what, an internet cafe, Sergio? That's sick. Alright, now I'll fight you. Hello, sir. Fight me. Okay. Damn, look at that bullet catcher reflecting projectiles. My experience thus far has been with Warrior 1v1s, has been, we're never going to kill each other because staff is crazy, right? Nice. It's not like it was gonna do damage anyway. That was a long dodge roll that man just made. Wow, 400 hold damage. Please nerf Dragon Trigger more, arenanet. Yep, and that would have actually, he would have actually dodged that if I didn't have the weird delay buff thing that they added. Thanks, arenanet. Appreciate it. Nutsacks. Shout out to this guy. But look at this healing. Like, I haven't even pushed my heal skill. Neither of us is going to kill each other. This is just, like... this is how this goes. What's up, Gibbs? Hopefully your night is going well. Night, day, whatever it is there. Like, control stick has come loose already. Very good. All is right with the world. Choice instead of the legendary free relic. I mean, it wasn't really free by the time people got wind of that, which is fair, you know? That is the same stick from Wednesday. Also, rip Blue Man Group. I'm sorry I made you look like an idiot to your guild leader, but I'm glad you figured that out. It was very funny. Shout out again to Muckluck for actually like entertaining my stupid idea of showing that off. He got it fixed, which is good. Yeah, it was something. That's for sure. I'm astonished it even got fixed. But like I said, I try not to be negative. It's so hard not to take things like personally, especially if like they're fixing Rush after 10 years, right? And it, never attribute to negligence what you can, or malice what you can attribute to negligence. It's just weird stuff. Wow, this Doliak is trucking, right? I just think that they're cooking on Bladesworn. They're gonna have to cook a little bit longer because it's weird. What was the thing about paying him $200? Did you see that on YouTube or Twitter? Because I'm curious where you saw that. He has a tier on his Patreon, and I've been shooting this idea. I actually sent him a message about this, but he didn't respond, which is fair. Like, why would you respond to a Bladesworn nutjob like me? I sent him a message forever ago about, like, an idea I had for a co-op sponsored stream party thing, and I'm so tired of Bladesworn and Warrior just in general, like, having all these bugs, right? So in my experience, if larger streamers play things on stream and they're like legit just ridiculous, YouTube, okay, and it'll fix them. And Warrior has so many ridiculous things, let alone like the Blue Man thing, like Bladesworn UI just being bugged as fuck. I can show what I mean in 6 seconds. That if someone like him showed it off for any length of time, it might get actually fixed in attention. I don't care if I never get sponsored. I just want people to be able to play it and get the crap fixed. Like, look at this. Look at the flashing squares. They don't line up. They haven't lined up for a year. There's no excuse for that. So I was like, all right, how do I judo this? And he has a tier on his Patreon where you can pay him, and it's obviously at his discretion. So I didn't want to just give him the money. But he'll play any game that's not self-promoting your own game for $200. And I was like, all right, I love Guild Wars 2. I'll put in $200, and I like this guy. I'll support him. He'll play Bladesworn. He'll be miserable for 5 hours, and, maybe it'll get fixed, right? But I don't want to do that because that's not, like, healthy content for him. I don't want to just pay someone, like, to be miserable, right? That's not the kind of attitude I want to bring. That's not the kind of attitude I want to, force him into in any kind of legal thing with, have that kind of relationship with any other streamer, especially one that I like, right? So it's just gross that they haven't gotten fixed, but like I don't want to put that on him. I just like, arenanet, look, fix your shit. Yeah, I can show you again. Whenever you go into Dragon Trigger, all of the flashing icons don't line up. Hang on. Like, look, do you see my UI? Yeah, I think it's at his discretion. Like, he could probably refund you the money. Or just not do it if he doesn't want to. He has another one where he'll just, like, I don't know, talk to you for half an hour if you give him $50. It's gonna do that, but again, I don't want to... I actually like Muckluck. He's given me, when I started streaming, I shot him an email and he responded with some really good advice. I don't want to put him in that kind of position. And I especially want to change the song to something more positive while I'm talking about this. Like, he's a really good streamer, and he unreleased songs I'm still gonna get DMCA'd for somehow. No, you're on Blacklight. Well, come fight me. Obviously. We can duel in the Guild Hall or Armistice Bastion as well. Totally fine with that. There's always an issue of moving parts when you're considering arenanet's release cadence, right? And they don't want to change too many things at once because that's too many moving parts and they usually can't. Their player base is not big enough and their design team is not big enough to be able to adequately define the issue if something breaks, right? The problem with this, of course, is warriors never fucking touch, period. So it's like, rather than no moving parts, we usually get 0 moving parts. So I can, you know, in my tinfoil hat brain of brains, I can hear them redesigning, over-designing Bladesworn a little bit. But, and that's partially why they didn't give it like an F1 or anything like that, even though most of the healing with staff is on the F1. But that's not going to fix it. And I think they should just, like, there are better ways. And this is why I started streaming in the first place. And why I'm really thinking of going harder on the channel to try to get more eyes on this game and this problem is arenanet makes like over-designed solutions when there's like really easy solutions in front of them, but you need to play the classes a lot to see those solutions. And failing that, you need to wade through the seas of feedback on their forums in order to get to the actual nuggets of like actually good, calm feedback that aren't just shouting at them 24/7, right? So it's like, I understand that and I get that, and you should probably be using your like the devs' time to implement changes rather than look through the forums. But also, especially with AI now, there's ways to scrape for like good feedback that I think would be more valuable. And it doesn't need to be mine. Like, you don't need to take my ideas. I'm not the main character of existence. It'd be really cool if I found out one day I was, but I'm not, as far as I know. There's some good feedback there, though. And I think one of the main points is they need to figure out what the fuck they want Bladesworn to do. And I think the healthiest way to do it is just to make it Soul Beast. It doesn't need, like, it doesn't need to do a support boon. Spellbreaker already does pulses a boon. It's called Might. It does it on Magebane Tether. Just make it pulse Might and Alacrity in PvE. It's so weird. And they can even... So here's the other thing. They don't want it to do full Spellbreaker damage, right? Fine. Just make it pulse 3/4 seconds of Might every 1 second. So you have to slightly invest in boon duration like most things do right now. There. Done. Boom. Easy solution. You don't need to redesign Bladesworn. You can give us back Daring Dragon. Hell, you can give us an Immobilize on Unyielding Dragon so those nut jobs can be happy. Like... And then we can talk about, like, Bladesworn balance as an individual thing. It doesn't need to be, like, you know, you don't need to reinvent the wheel every goddamn time. It's just weird. Yeah. My crazy ideas for warriors: make us the Ultra Super Mega Weapons Master, by which I mean take the Ranger's Hammer for non-untamed and do it every warrior weapon. Gunsaber 2. Yeah, infinite design budget, final. I absolutely agree with you. When I played Ranger Hammer on Not Untamed, like, it's weird that the hammer is better on Not Untamed because you get to customize which skills you get. I think that would be sick, especially considering what they did with, like, in quotes, Weapons Master training this last expansion. If you didn't know what they're talking about in chat is, if you, like, look at the skills and you mouse over them, when you're out of combat, you can choose an offensive or defensive variant. Like, if you equip a hammer on a ranger, and aren't an Untamed. If you didn't know, the hammer was the Untamed's weapon, but now you can choose basically the offensive or defensive version. And if you could customize your loadout on a warrior, failing them just adding a third weapon slot somewhere, like on one of the specializations, or, you know, heaven forbid we get fast hands made baseline and it goes there, that'd be a really cool way to still preserve the warrior weapons master feel. I don't think they will ever do that because... all of the skills, the way power creep works, final, is all of the new skills, whether they're offensive or defensive for like maces, greatsword, whatever, would be infinitely better than the old ones. Because, like, look at these skills, man. Like, look at this skill. It's a 900 range projectile that bounces once and has a 15-second cooldown. This is dog shit. So is this. Like, this is the only good button on greatsword, and greatsword is like the weapon, right? It's that one warrior dude again. This does less damage than your auto attack, basically. And your auto attack doesn't even do anything special on the final hit. Like, compare those to the current staff skills that are actually good and usable. And, like, everyone says are like, okay, this is where warrior should be, right? And again, this is not just, I don't want to bring the, like, attitude forward that I'm just shitting on arenanet, right? These are good. These are good skills. Maybe Bullet Catcher should cleanse conditions instead of healing per bullet caught, and maybe PvP or world versus world, but they're good skills, right? I'll fight you again, dude. Alright, let's do it. I don't think either of us has the damage for this, though. I definitely don't have the range for this. Check out my amazing projectiles, chat. I haven't hit him with a single... Whoa, there's some lag. There's the lag. I was worried. Oh my god, I hit him with a skill. I'm amazing. Yep, the delay helped me there again. Thanks, arenanet. Appreciate it. Worst buff ever for both you and your opponent, like I made the video on. Ah, my food ran out. Ballsack. A skin isn't a cape for a finished meta map achievement like the old days. I kind of agree with you. Could try going a little bit more. He attacking me. I like this guy. Yeah, he's bored. Oh, does he want to fight? All right. Maybe this is Gibbs. Might be Gibbs. The only way to do damage with this is to pop this signet that doesn't have an instacast because fuck me, even though it says it does, and then try to hit your opponent. Nice, that didn't hit him because they forgot to buff the added range. If you didn't know, they recently added delay to Dragon Trigger 2, and they forgot to extend the duration that it lasts for, so it actually will not hit at maximum range. I have yet to do a little follow-up on the channel. I've been threatening that for a while, but I wanted to see if they would fix it, and they didn't, so, you know. I need to just hit this guy. That's the problem. Nope. Not gonna fight you when you have a pocket ranger, dude. I'll fight the pocket ranger. Go. Nice. Okay, bye, dude. You gonna, like, fight or what? Guys on Kyneg, I'm on Blakegate. No, not you. Alright. What do you want for a map achievement, Sergio? Let your voice be heard. Tell me. Tell me, what does the fashion community want? Ow. I think this guy's running hammer staff, which is kind of sick, honestly. I have to invest so heavily to get any kind of damage in World vs. World. Damage reduction food was such a mistake. Like, from a balance perspective. Fuck you. That was good. Ah, I didn't press my block. It's okay. I have a functional weapon set. Suck it. Nice, my one stack of unblockable actually worked there because I didn't have to, like, hit anything. He's kiting me really well, because if I don't hit him, none of my crap triggers, because that's the only way warrior builds any kind of buff, unlike elementalists that can just, like, summon auras out of space and get benefits. It blows my goddamn brain out they gave Ellie permanent stability for just gaining an aura. It's so ridiculous. Warrior has to hit with a CC skill when they don't have stability, and actively CC your opponent for that. Me too. Neither of us are gonna die. have to do something insane like this. Oop. Too much of a telegraph on that signet. Do any of the new signets other than warriors have like huge ass telegraphs for when you cast them? Did anything else get signets as mechanist? I guess it doesn't matter. Most of their stuff's Incicast. Bronze, not mithril. Fair enough. It's alright. I still love you. My dream for arenanet is one day, maybe soon, because, you know, it's the one game doing well for NCSoft right now, supposedly. Oh, nice. Reflect. They get some more funding and can hire like 3 more devs for the balance team or something. That'd be great. Okay, fuck this. Literally nothing's gonna happen. Good fight, dude. I wish I could use chairs. I like his build, though. Shout out to you, Core Warrior, man. Just proof that Core Warrior was designed well. Can use Brave Stride. No, Brave Stride is too unpredictable. Brave Stride is the one that gives you 1 stack of stab on movement skill. And it's really, like... There's some ideas there, right? Brave Stride needs a more predictable trigger, though, because the problem is you never... And it also doesn't have an indicator of when it's up, like most problems with Warrior. Excuse me, sorry. Like Heightened Focus. Even on the, like, 2.5 classes that it works on, Core Warrior and Sword of Berserker. And Spellbreaker. Like, it resets Berserk cooldown if you didn't know. Anyway, Heightened Focus doesn't have an indicator when it's up. And it also doesn't work on Bladesworn or to actually refresh Primal Bursts. So, A, they need to make it work, and then B, they need to give it a visual indicator for both you and your opponent so you know when it's up. Kind of like the wilted thing on maces for Ranger. Also, it's a mace Ranger on mace. Like, Ranger maces are insane. Period. Good talk. Me too. Ow. It's very glassy. Kinda sick. His thief is actually fighting me, to his credit. Nice, something canceled Defiant Roar there, or whatever it's called, Bullet Catcher. I'm still learning staff a lot. It's sick, though. He's got me here. That was really good. Can he catch me, though? That was nice. Nice job, dude. That was a really good fight. He's a very good core thief. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The poison was what was killing me there. And also the fact that my sticks are, like, still fucking doing this shit. I'm gonna have to take this thing apart. Ridiculous nonsense. Hang on, chat. One sec. I'm gonna try to tighten this bitch down. Ah. I have to do it every stream. Rather do that than using this other red controller, though, because it's red and ugly. And Fashion Wars is the most important thing. Pray one of those will be a warrior main. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think Thief also. Like, whenever you think warrior sucks, be thankful it's not Thief, right? Like, Jesus Christ, all thief builds play the same. And then they took 1500 range away from Deadeye. I can't imagine that felt very good. Like, it's so weird just when they just rip class identity off stuff, especially with the homogenization of like every class can use every weapon now. I'd be so butthurt if I was a Deadeye main. Are you kidding? Speaking of this game, could you as a UI pass is starting to be an issue with all the boons, food, utility? Yeah, that's a big issue. I'm sure they know. I'd take post-processing Shinobi over like post-processing choices over a UI pass. What they're talking about is like this whole buff bar, which I honestly should have more of. Do I understand the money issue, but man, I wish arenanet had more funding. Arenanet has a great amount of funding for the size of their studio. The problem is arenanet does... Well, it's not really a problem, right? The reason is arenet's funding goes to what makes the money, which is gem store, art, oh my god, rip my frames, and expansion development, right? Lunatics like, you know, you, me, and people who probably watch this channel or Crapface's channel mostly, stuff like that, do spend money on the game, but we're not the main target audience. And that's just something that you have to accept in marketing. Like, you know, if Warrior was the most played class like Guardian is, yeah, it'd probably play a little bit better. Look at Willbender, right? But it's also a self-fulfilling prophecy of Warrior doesn't get tweaks, so people don't play it, so Warrior doesn't get tweaks. But again, hey, it's not Thief. I have to wonder what happened to the guy who designed like Mechanist and Harbinger, and like those things were so juiced at End of Dragon's Launch, and even... I mean, Bladesworn is artificially juiced, but I said this to Captain Crapface as well. Like, I never enjoyed Shoutsworn. It wasn't healthy, and I'm glad Shoutsworn's gone. If you didn't know you could reload your shouts at End of Dragon's release, and it was very stupid. You could actually reload all ammunition skills, not just shouts, but shouts were the egregious ones because they could heal you. I'd like to really... Like, that's the thing, Ocean Bat. I'd like to see their metrics. Last I saw, it was like Guardian, everything else. Because they hadn't... Let me find it. I don't want to just say stuff, right? I don't want to be somebody on the internet. Oh, we wait for this RI in this camp anyway. There's a metric or a graphic from End of Dragons, which... Because they don't make who plays what public. Who plays what class? Let me see if I can just find this. Probably won't be able to, so I'll probably give up. Class distribution. Yeah, it's not Warrior. At least according to this. This isn't an arenanet one. That's a who plays what during metas. Yeah, they had like the splash graphic that had all their new classes and stuff. I can't find it. I know Warrior was not second though. Yeah, a lot of people play like for the first 2 hours of reset. Yeah, Warrior's like dead fucking last in that list. I mean, I'm glad Ranger got the like pet pass. That was dope. I say this almost every stream. I have to remind people that I don't want Ranger or Ellie or anything to get dumpstered just because Warrior fucking sucks. And I don't... Like, Warrior is passable. It technically exists. Yes, it technically does alacrity. It's buggy. And it's janky, and I want it to feel good. Like Muckluck was saying, the problem with Warrior isn't the staff. The staff is good. The problem with Warrior is Warrior. But again, grass is greener, and it's important to have two mains. That's why I play, like, Mesmer too. Saw me doing like that for the last 3 months, you know? And it's tough to play everything. I get it. I really, 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 really like their balance philosophy stream. I don't know how well they've stuck to it. I'm still probably going to do a stream for that follow-up. Because there's an important thing to note with their balance philosophy stream, especially because there's a post that showed up on Reddit showing, like, the days on Warrior maces versus, like, the juiced-ass tooltip that Ranger maces have right now. And there's a lot of emotion in a lot of those replies where people are like, both sides, like, arenanet, you know, give them a chance to cook. And then the other side of that is, yeah, arenanet just balances you know, had this really good balance philosophy stream, and then they were caught just like balancing based on Snowcrow's numbers anyway, so all of that was just lies. And it's like, those are two like very emotional responses, and I'd like to remain Switzerland if I can, but also, you know, I have eyes, and I'd like to rate them on like what they've done well and what they've done poorly since then. So if it's a thing people would like to see, I'm down to do it. It's a really good stream that no one watched. So we shall see. TBD. Let me know. LMK. All the acronyms. CIA. Yeah, Ranger passes were, like, pets were dope. I'd love to go in and do a pass on all the warrior stuff just with numbers. Again, most things don't need reworks. Something is overpowered if it does 10 million damage. Not everything needs to do 10 million damage to be overpowered, and some things do need reworks. But there's ways to do it. There's a middle ground. There's somewhere between 0 and 10 million that I think could work for a lot of the warrior weapon skills if they're not going to get reworked, you know? They're trying a little bit of that out in like warrior PvP in the balance patch on March. I don't know. I'd like to see more than just rush fixes if they're going to do that. Wow, I'm dying. What's killing me in here, chat? Should have taken this tower more seriously. Is it like a tier 1 or something? God damn. Alright, well, we'll give it a shot. Vengeance just didn't trigger there? Huh. Alright, well, run that back. Was not paying attention at all. Just trying to read chat. Someone asked me what's a one upgrade that if you can do it for your computer for this game. And SSD. SSD or an M.2 drive nowadays. Really, really, really quality of life thing just to make the loading screens not awful. That goes for every game mode. Second thing is CPU. Third thing is GPU. You don't need like any RAM to run this game, although I think they did update the minimum spec to 16 gigs when they did the DX11 shift. I don't know if Necro might be up there. I think Necro just gives a lot of attention because Teapot plays it. Necro used to suck. I used to play a lot of Necro. Like, let me open my PvP panel here. Necro sucked. I played a bunch of Reaper. That's like the only thing I played back when I started raiding. Condi Reaper. Because Power Reaper was awful. Oh, it ebbs and flows. Warrior again was king for a really long time. Maybe it will be again one day. Again, I don't need it to be good. I just want the stuff to work. I also really want chicken wings, chat. Someone send me some chicken wings. Remember when chicken wings were 25 cents? That was amazing. And they're like $1 plus. Thanks, COVID. Also inflation, also COVID. Oh, I forgot I don't need to use a cat on this build. I can just run around, like, popping this Signet for Signet of Ferocity as a buff. Oh, it's funny. I love all the janky arms trait line stuff you can do. It's great. That was... What interrupted Bullet Catcher there? Did a bullet interrupt Bullet Catcher? That was weird. I feel like whenever you move wrong, it interrupts Bullet Catcher. Oh, god damn it, they repaired the wall. Well, definitely a thing we need to deal with now. Fight me, Spellbreaker bro. You're a Spellbreaker, fight me. You fight? Alright, let's do it. Hell yeah. I don't know what this chalk thing does. Somebody tell me in 2 words what the new chalk pet does. Bullet catcher is buggy. Yeah, I know they said they fixed a bug that was with the auto attack. I think all of staff and warrior is just buggy. I want to know what this chalk thing does. It does like lasers. I'm gonna kill the pet. I'm no longer going to kill the pet. More comprehensive buff. I'd like Gunsaber 2 and Dragon Slash 1 to deal more damage in PvP World vs. World. I'd just like Gunsaber 2 to hit things. Or like do damage when it hits things, dude. Like, I don't know if any of these mobs will do it, but the Husks and Silverwaste will do it. All of the worms do it. Like, let me try to use it on like a flying enemy or an ogre. Like, watch this. Oh, he's not in the air anymore. Watch this shit. Let's see if it works. There, it did 1 packet of damage instead of all 3 when it exploded. A lot of the time it'll do 0. There, it did 2 instead of all 3. Like, shit's awful. I'd like it to do... Yeah, so I'd also like it to do more damage. I'd like it to do damage at all. Beat him the second time. Nice. Beat a Willbender. Always good to hear. I think I'd actually prefer old Gunsaber 2 back. Now that the 1... Like, the 1 and the 2, like the auto attack... The auto having a ranged attack and the 2, like, having a ranged attack are just redundant now. In my opinion, Final Shield Nobi, got your name. So I'd actually prefer to have the old 2 back where it just did damage around you and maybe have it be a little bit more of an AoE in front of you. Like, kind of like a... Like, exactly this AoE, this staff pull AoE, but, like, maybe smaller, like 450, right? Like a sort of, you know, explosion slash in front of you, right? Yeah, and obviously... So, fun fact, Ocean Bat, check this shit out. You see how this only has 2 stacks right here? And Lush Forest, like, it'll... If you didn't know, Unshakable Mountain triggers off the last stack that you use, right? So I have Unshakable Mountain on. I use the last stack of a skill, I get Barrier. Good, right? Working. Cool. Lush Forest now triggers off of the first stack. So if you, like... If I equip Lush Forest and I use both of these charges, it should theoretically take 1 second off of every other skill because I'd be using the first stack of a skill. Except, you can't technically be at max stacks on Gunsaber in PvP and World vs. World because it's 3 bloody stacks in PvE. So that's how it's coded. So even if I had Lush Forest on right now and I used this skill with 2 stacks, which is technically maximum, it wouldn't recharge all of my other skills because the skill can never be at max stacks in PvP and World vs. World. Because fuck this class. It's that kind of jank, and along with like UI crap that like this, that I'm like, okay, you need to play this class or just redo it. And that's why that's where it gets into, you can hear it in my voice, that's where it gets into the emotional response of feels bad, man. Because it's like, the changes they make to Bladesworn don't make any fucking sense. Like, we can talk about damage or modifying that, or adding damage to the Gunsaber 2, or changing the projectiles so they're as cool as the Necromancer Sword, or heaven forbid actually modifying the projectiles so that they work like Necromancer Sword. Like, all we want. We need to fix the jank first before we can talk about balance. That's kind of what they're doing with Greatsword 5, right? Before we can talk about reworking any of the Greatsword skills, they know they need to fix Rush because Rush has needed fixing for 11 goddamn years. But also, Rush has needed fixing for 11 goddamn years. It's Greatsword on Warrior, and it probably should have been fixed already, and that's why people get really upset about this shit. Hey Decker, what's up? Hopefully your week is going well. Hopefully you're enjoying your Colossal Greatsword. Didn't know they put a pretty sweet Greatsword in the game that looks very much like a certain Guts character. Guts character. Even the thumbnail they used, very specifically that. So go grab it if you are so inclined. Yeah, old Gunsaber was a much better hybrid of like usability. It casted faster. It didn't go into space half the time because the cast time was actually less than like 1 full second. And it had charges and worked properly. It was great. But like I said, I think they need to more figure out what they want Bladesworn to do at all. Whether they want it to be a support class, whether they want to move the alacrity to, you know, Spellbreaker. Ow, that really fucking hurts, dude. I'm in the wrong weapon set. Or like what, you know? I don't have any swiftness because I'm in the wrong weapon set, so he's absolutely going to be able to catch me. Yep. Yeah, you can spam Gunsaber 3 for actual damage. It was a good skill. It would connect, and then all of that went away. It was like one of the 2 usable skills on Gunsaber. It's great. Guy did a lot of damage very fast. Very sus. Willbender things, I guess. Reminder, chat, they're getting an almost insta-cast stomp with an evade startup. That'll just stomp you in the 19th. Hope you're ready for that. They're also retaining their alacrity as far as we know. Woo! Balance. I look forward to the surprise Bladesworn changes that remove alacrity from Bladesworn and do literally nothing in its place. And Willbender's still getting to keep their alacrity. I joke, but every other joke I've made has come true about this class. So we shall see. Switch the food up a little bit. Again, a lot of really good people giving a lot of really good feedback. Hopefully some of it gets implemented. Wow, textures. Get here when you can, guys. It's okay. I miss old Daring Dragon. I miss old, what's it called? The armor refresh thing on Daring Dragon when it gave you stability. I miss old Flow Stabilizer, which is still called... Excuse me, sorry. Too much protein. Post-gym protein shake. Miss old Flow Stabilizer. Still called Flow Stabilizer. I miss Gunsaber when it didn't just glitch out for no reason like it did there. That was great. Stuff like that. My most damaging thing I can do to this guy is literally auto-attacking him with a staff. I'm lagging too much to fight a thief. Absolutely. I don't even know it stunned me there. I like how thieves get to attack while evading. It's so cool. And how they get their PvE reveal timing. Heaven forbid we give something warrior something other than just tank, right? See if I have underwater skills, chat. Here's the ultimate test. Oh, fun fact. Actually, I don't need underwater skills because Gunsaber 2 still works like it did in before they added the idiotic delay to it. So I could just actually pull out Gunsaber and, you know, fight like a human. Absolutely behind us, yep. Fucking called it. Why does this Mesmer have so much fucking invis? Because Blackgate. Yeah, makes sense. Dang, it did 400 damage there, chat. That was great. No, don't do that. Can I not snap to target like today? That'd be great. Shout out to this guy for actually playing the video game, though. There's so much lag tonight. Oh my god. This Forestborn knows what I'm talking about. Where'd that guy go? Space? He's a thief. I'm assuming he went to space. I'm gonna cat sniff. I think space. I take this tower, chat. These are catapults? These are our catapults. This is our tower? This is our tower. Never mind, we're blue. Weird. Yeah. My answer is let arenanet cook. See what they do. Again, it took them a psychotic amount of time to even revert Chronomancer. Chronomancer people play. So, we'll see. Don't count them out yet. Cautiously optimistic. Hey, my days actually did its job there. Hell yeah. You want to see the ultimate BM, chat? I don't want to BM that guy, but check this shit out. My buy order filled. So now I can not only BM people, I can drop this for you guys and actually have you guys just like, you know, use a bank, because you can run up to this and then just bank it. And anyone can use it. It's really cool. So like I said, as the cooking station shows, let arenanet cook. Give them the benefit of the doubt for now. You know, it's been 10 years, maybe another 10 years. Lol. We'll see. Very dramatic music. Cooking station. I wish Warrior had more swiftness. It's weird that it's only in one trait, and that trait's a Grandmaster. Base Warrior, I mean. I guess you can use a Warhorn, but, like, I can't. Pop some food. I think it's a little bit bullshit that Willbenders get to start a fight at, like 10 stacks of might. I think that's a little weird. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, we are on Sea of Sorrows if anyone wants to join or fight. I'm always down. Got a little bit of a roaming guild for if and when alliances come out as well. Yeah, auto attack this catapult to death. Check out these autos, chat. To be fair, I don't think this should go away. I like the fact that the autos do damage, especially now since they took a lot of the damage off the 3. Like the 3 no longer does damage on Warrior. And that is with 10 might. Oh, now it's 20 might. Got this catapult build site. Never knew what hit it. Alright. Camp time. We'll see if the Willbender's around. It's in stealth or hacking stealth or what. Let's go. Before I lose all of my flow here. Knew it. Hello, sir. I'm in the wrong weapon set and do not want to fight you. Very rude of you. Uncharitably done, as Patches would say. Very rude. I really need to put the swiftness sigil on the greatsword so I can get away when shit goes sideways like this. Otherwise, I just have like 0 movement speed. Dang, you got me with the Necrofear Bomb. Yeah, I'm gonna change that sigil up. Hello, sir. Oh, I got a wooden chest. No, I have to run back to my wooden chest. I need to know what's in it. I need to know. I don't know what that is, but I feel you, Gibbs. I think they're a guild. Rar. I think I've seen them around. Alright. Let's put the correct sigil, because I forgot to change the greatsword one when I changed this up. Because I only use the greatsword these days for stacking things. Right, that's going to be a lot better. Had that happen like twice. Yeah, they are a guild. Ah, I'm a genius. I love this new cat. I can't use it because, again, I'm running arms, but new cat's sick. Armor cat. So what I mean by I can't use it, I'm running arms, is check this shit out, chat. And you have to be careful not to double pop this because all the signets have like lies for cast times, but you can actually give yourself stacks of Signet of Ferocity out of combat. Signet of Ferocity is a huge buff. Wow, we are going to lose that. I want to get my wooden chest. Very important to me. Priorities, right? Could be a precursor that I could give away for a giveaway. Oh, it's this one Necro guy, though. We need to fight him with the correct weapon set. Wow. Fully charged Gunsaber did almost 2,000 damage there, chat. It's overpowered. Nerf it, please. Is this his tower? Oh, this is his tower. Bullshit. I thought this was my tower. Oh, whatever. Bye. I'm gonna fight you and like 8 things. Flying down. Yeah, he's flying down. Fight him over here. Nice. Yeah. Gotta use, like, the one good dragon trigger, which these days is Gunsaber 3. Uh-huh. Get wrecked, nerd. Oh, that's a lich. See ya. He knows his buttons. He's not attacking me while I have Defiant Stance up. That's for sure. Nice. Staff just glitching out, so I couldn't use any other moves, but I was still in the animation. That was good. I mean, if Staff hadn't glitched out there, I would have liked to fight him again. Is he gonna let me heal? Or is he just gonna BM me? Oh. Kill me! 2 damage. Please? Ah. Yeah, Bladesworn needs an overhaul. Still fun to play, but that's because it was fun when it came out, not because they've made it fun. Like, conceptually wise, it's dope. 10 out of 10 idea, 2 out of 10 execution. Get some more hype music here, chat. Love these cats. It's very pretty. Hype music. Thank you. Dude, I saw a rumor that Brothers of Metal, this band, has a new album coming out, and if so, awesome, because they are really quality. Yep. Bullet catcher glitching out again. Solid. Okay. I've turned snap to target off like 4 times tonight. One of these days it's gonna register. Let's test it. I only play with snap to target on Mesmer. You think it's because of my controller? Nah. If it was the controller, I'd blame the controller, but it's very seldom the controller. Oh, yeah. This is the other one that they came out with recently. They came out with Berserker and this one. I actually really like the other Son of Odin, which is this one. Qualid metal nonsense. Oh, the lag, chat. Oh my god. See, I just charged that for like 5 full seconds. That should do infinity damage as far as I'm concerned. In a Zerg fight, at least. Maybe not in PvP. Ooh, red's out there too. Issues. I really want my wooden chest. I wonder how long they last, though. We have to go get it. To make our way... excuse me, game. Make our way back downtown. Let's go. The lag. Oh, Lord. Paired Maguma this month. Well, enjoy winning all your fights and everyone hating you. Thus is Maguma. Yeah, if you're interested in what's going on in the world... Wow, the lag, dude. The cooking station is still here. That's kind of funny. Yeah, if you're interested with what's going on with World vs. World Alliances, check out the stream from the other day or the edited blog post that's going to be going up over the weekend on, like, going through that. Some outlet did an interview with Josh Davis, and it was really, really legitimately very good. Oh, it's gone, chat. The wooden chest is gone. That's so unfortunate. There's probably precursors. There's probably 3 precursors. I'm gonna go try to fight that Necro again. These things give me stacks. That's the real question. Gonna be SOS? Maybe. What are you on? I can just check right now. We are paired with... Saros Furnace. And I did not get stacks from that ogre, which is sad. You can't play against them, join them. Even though it's not your fault. I get it. Yeah, Maguma's not fun to play against because they won't fight you in my experience, and, you know, only marginal offense to all the Maguma players out there. They won't fight you unless they have like 8 people for V1. Weren't you Jade Quarry? No, I'm always been Sea of Sorrows. Always, always, always Sea of Sorrows for literally ever. Target cap is messing me up here. I have to stop charging Dragon Trigger like it does damage. Can't use the things to the way arenanet intends them. We gotta jank it. Like these invisible smoke fields that they still haven't fixed, even though they've started modifying World vs. World again, that the scouts have, if you didn't know. If you're ever wondering why you're attacking a scout and you're just missing, they have invisible blind fields, which means you can also blast them if you're trying to defend a camp and leap through them for stealth, which is pretty sick if you know what you're doing. And they should probably fix at some point. I find a lot of roamers. It depends on the time of day. Sea of Sorrows has always been like a weird OCX server, so it's like active later. I find a lot of people to fight. Like even when we're fighting Maguma and stuff. Ogre Chieftain. I don't know if I've ever seen this guy before. This Kabbalist is like determined to live. I really want to fit Dragon Spike Mine into this build, but again, warrior problems. Mag's premise stealth thieves. Fight you even when you don't want to. Yeah, it's just thieves, right? Oh, is it this one Willbender guy? He's gonna get me while I'm out of combat. Yep, I'm in the wrong weapon set. Good. That's awesome. I also just weapon swapped so I don't have swiftness. That's great. Oh, but I can't lose now. The Ruby Centrac's playing. Alright, well, you have to fight this guy. He has chill on his bar. That's good. Glad Willbenders have access to chill, that's fair. I'm in the wrong weapon set, dude, and you have a scout that's just blinding me non-stop. Dude, can this scout fuck off? Like, really? Maybe if I had the right weapon set where I actually generate might. Ah, he has a friend. God damn it. That was a good fight. Cat's Ruin World versus World changed my mind. Oh my god, really? Really? Really now? Really? Jesus Christ. This isn't even our keep anymore because they took it. I'd say the agility sigil's helping, though. Ah, he got me. That was a good run. Like how Electric Fence and Immortal Dragon have never been good. Yeah, the funny part is they always should have had Electric Fence do, like, the two things that it does. And then when they combine them, it's still not good. Because it's not a, like, AoE dome like Guardians have, right? It's just a line on the ground that anyone can run through. Need you to come and take Mag back. I don't want Mag. You can keep Mag. Mag's gross. Was that guy mag? Nope. To his credit. Bullbender's pretty good, but I think I would have had him if I was in the right weapon set. I can't wait till if and when they redo Greatsword on Warrior. I'd love to use it instead of Staff. But Staff's alright for now. Dude, we dropping some frames, chat. I'm gonna see if I can do something about that on my end here. Hold, please. It also isn't instacast, Ocean Bat, so you can't use, again, go watch my Bladesworn video if you haven't. I think you did the other day, though. You can't use any of the, like, things other than Flow Stabilizer that Bladesworn comes with on its kit for its, like, you know, its actual class mechanic. It's so weird. Animation high. Weird. This is my normal settings. I don't know why I'm dropping so many frames. I guess just World versus World reset night and God can't run this computer. Like all of the armaments, like literally all of these should be instacast, including this. It should just like be flicker step and step you back and evade. The fact that you can't use these while in Dragon Trigger, like the only one that I can use is Flow Stabilizer because it's instacast. I can't use any of these except for this one and this one. This one actually makes sense. Sight Beyond Sight should be one of the armaments instead of this garbage. Like, this isn't a real ammunition skill. Like, this isn't a real ammunition skill, where is it? Because it consumes all your ammunition, so it doesn't function like an ammunition skill, so there's no point in it even having ammunition other than to trigger your traits, which could trigger off of just armament use. It's so weird. Again, they just need to figure out what the fuck they want this class to do. It's a great idea. It's also really weird that, like, Signet of Fury is just better than Flow Stabilizer right now. Having a different color fucks me mentally. Well, good news, Daikru. Overcharged cartridges shouldn't exist. Overcharged cartridges shouldn't need to exist, and all of Bladesworn's damage in every game mode should be increased by 10%. Just base, and then we can go, or whatever it gives. If overcharged cartridges has to exist, it should be instacast. It should make all your attacks, like your next 5 attacks, unblockable, and shouldn't have a flip over skill. Because you should be able to use it in Dragon Trigger. I like that black. Yeah, because they always win. Daikru, what I was saying is there's a secret hidden bonus to the Mist infusion that you get from playing World versus World. If you can get 3, and this is not a joke, this is not me memeing, I'm really bad at sarcasm, but if you can get 3 of like the infusion that gives you the Mist outline, I'm sure somebody in this pile has one, it actually turns you whatever color you are for that week. So if you're like blue, it'll turn you blue. It's like this hidden feature thing, kind of like the chessboard weapons that I can never remember the name of that glow your color for World versus World. I want to say Obsidian, but I know that's wrong. No, there's no reason overcharged cartridges should exist. There's no reason this should function like it does or just miss half the time. The 4 is the only good button on Gunsaber, period. All 3 of these go different ranges, the 1, the 2, and the 3. Like, again, go watch my video. Yeah, the Mistforge Obsidian. Okay. Hey, brain. My brain was right. Brain gets a cookie. But, I don't know. If they rework Bladesworn, fine. If they give Spellbreaker Alacrity, fine. Like, I'll still play this jank trash even while it's in the trash can. Lord knows I'll keep playing it if they buff it. I just want the game to be good and get people into it, man. Because again, 10 out of 10 idea. Gunsaber, cool. Why don't I pull the Gunsaber? Why do I pull it off my back instead of like the hip, you know? Ooh, do you want to fight? I love this guy. Hell yeah. Fight you. Good thing that is a giant telegrapher. I might have hit him there. That's not what I pressed at all, game. That is not what I pressed at all, game. That was cool. So I pressed F2 to go into Dragon Trigger there, but I had Gunsaber 5 buffered from forever ago, and it just shot me into the Fear Ring. Spellbreaker Alacrity would be great. I honestly think if they're going to let a few things keep it in World versus World as well, I don't think it would be that out of place. I just think you should have to spec into boon duration for it to be good, right? Like if they want to just give it at like 1/2 second every second in an AoE around your, and this is the important part, around your target, not around you. Because the big thing with Alacrity, the problem is a lot of fights necessitate the support being off the boss a little bit. Yeah, or it could just work with Celestial, right? But Spellbreaker belongs with Alacrity. There's no reason they should put it on Bladesworn other than just, I don't know, vindictiveness for people running Daring Dragon or whatever. Again, that's me taking it personally. I really shouldn't. Like, if they nerf Daring Dragon because I made a video about Bladesworn, there's actually something wrong with their balance team. But if I'm thinking that, there's actually something wrong with me, right? So, you know, you can't take this crap personally. It probably just was there, so they put it, you know, the bullet coating was done, so they put it on that. Yeah, I'd really rather Bladesworn just be like the weird kind of hybrid damage thing that exists on some classes. Like Virtuoso doesn't provide allied boons, so like, you know, what's the other one? Soul Beast is a really good example. It's like the offensive duelist kind of class. It doesn't provide any boons for your allies, you know. I'd rather them just put it on Spellbreaker. Makes more sense. And then they just, like, they do that, and then they just switch the one trait in Tactics that heals you whenever you apply Might to allies to heal your allies whenever you apply Might to them. And then they nerf the staff healing a little bit. Boom. Support warrior done. Balanced. Developer salary, please. Easy. Make Unyielding Dragon immobilize for 1/4 of a second, or a 1/2 second, so you have some setup potential again. You take the horrible delay off the Dragon Slash 2. Make Heightened Focus actually work. Stuff like that. Give Spellbreaker a lack, I'll take it. Yeah. And it, like, in World vs. World, if they want to, you know, take it off all the classes that they put it on, that's fine. Just make it Pulse Protection or something. Hell, Resolution would even be pretty good for Zerg fights, right? The one that decreases Condi damage. That'd be sick. I usually think that boon's useless, but in Zerg fights it makes sense. Like Might and Resolution to your allies. And again, you don't. This isn't just for free, right? You put it on the Grandmaster that you have to take. Like, you're giving up the boon strip for that. It's already, balance is already built into Spellbreaker for this. Because they normally just take the one that strips additional boons from enemies, right? Because that's what Spellbreaker has going for it. So you give up that, you still strip some boons, you still have the bubble, but you gain the ability to actually, like, you know, support your allies, which is ostensibly what they're going for with minimal effort. But I have every faith that they're not going to do that. They're going to re-engineer Bladesworn so you can somehow use the Gunsaber as a support weapon. And then they're also going to redo Tactics again for the 4th time, which isn't needed. Small tweaks, Jesus Christ. Instead of just ancillary power coefficient buffs. It's so weird. Alright, we're going to get credit for that camp. Let's go. Shout out to Hyper Crush's One Good Remix. Nah, they're great. Or at least they were for their first album. I just don't know where they want it. And that's why I get, like, kind of butthurt myself, is they make Bladesworn changes without explaining them or previewing them in the patch, which means A, they're done last minute, or B, they're done by, like, somebody who doesn't understand the class. Is Indo Guild on Sea of Sorrows? Indo sounds familiar. I mean, they haven't announced it, Daikru, but they said they were adding more traits to Support Warrior in the future, and where else would they put them other than Tactics? They already need to redo Martial Cadence because it sucks and it makes no sense, and also Mukluk called it out, which basically guarantees they're going to redo it. Like, Martial Cadence, or whatever it's called, the Grandmaster, deliberately gives you the wrong boon in PvE, and deliberately gives you, like, 1 stack of stability in PvE because it's impossible to use, and deliberately gives you quickness in World vs. World because it's impossible to use, because they didn't want it to be good. So instead of redoing the trait, they just made it unusable in both game modes. Yeah, it's great. I paid him, that's what my tweet was about, Gibbs. I sent him 500 gold to just go use Gunsaber 4 on the golems, which is why it got fixed. Because he tried it on stream. Don't kid yourself, there was no way that shit was getting fixed if a streamer didn't try it. Again, that's me being cynical. But that's also why I'm streaming, because I want to get some attention on this crap. I don't have 80,000 subscribers yet, though. We're working on it. And again, I do have faith in arenanet balance team. I just wish they probably wish they had, you know, more developers for this shit too. Could push out patches faster. Hal's said stuff like he wishes they could, you know, do balance patches every 2 weeks in the past. I think that'd be awesome. You know? It's just not feasible. So, you know, we can bitch from an outside perspective, but words are easy and works hard. But I'd also be happy to help them with all this crap, you know? And unpaid interns are free in this, or are illegal in this country, but you know, I'll move to Germany and you can hire me, that's fine. Oh, they're probably illegal in Germany too. We might own that sentry. Nope. I think one Grandmaster, like I described before, so Bladesworn has a place in Zerging would be sick, where the longer you charge it, the more targets it hits, and if you get to 10, it hits unlimited targets. I think that'd be dope. So, like, yeah, if you could get Dragon Trigger off in a Zerg fight, like at maximum charges, you know, you can add a giant arrow pointing to the Bladesworn charging. I don't really care, but if you can get it off, like, it does damage. I think that'd be awesome. Like, that does more damage the more target it hits or something. Be a good way to shake up the pirate ship meta, too. Yeah, like, just something like glowing eyes and then, you know, a giant indicator. They're clearly not above giving that to warrior, even though they gave it this indicator because your attack was supposedly unblockable. And then they, you know, your attack isn't unblockable because this doesn't work right. Again, if you missed it, or missed all of my posts, or me shouting at the clouds in my spare time, Linebreaker literally doesn't give you the one stack of unblockable you're supposed to get if you hit an enemy with it, because it strips it for the weakness that it applies. If they put the weakness first, or tested this at all, or took feedback on their preview stream they did for this, where Roy showed that this doesn't work, that I pointed out, they would have fixed this. And that's why warriors are pissed off. Because it just seems like you don't listen. I don't know. Again, words are easy, works hard. We'll see. Are you swearing in my chat? Is it getting called? I'm curious what you have to say to get called in my chat, because I have almost all of that crap off. Crazy. Interesting. I'll look at that. You're on Twitch, so I'll look into that. My one chat rule is use your brain, and thus far everyone's been pretty good with that. Even the spam bots I get from Russia telling me to not elect Joe Biden have been pretty good with that. The fact that I have 1,000 people following me and I'm already getting spam bots telling me that shit is hysterical. And again, I like to keep political or religious stuff out of chat. I just think that's funny. Looked at by my mods. Well, joke's on you, I have 2 mods. Neither of them are here tonight. I apologize that your messages are getting called. I can't fix that now. Oh my god, 18 stacks of burning, please, God, no. That's good. It's good to know. I will work on that. That might be it. I don't know. All good. None of that stuff should be on, like I said. Kind of weird. Why are we still building against this one fucking wall? Why don't we build in a place that makes sense? Like, back the fuck here. What's up, bud? Yeah, you won't find a lot of success outside Berserker because the Berserker skill is the good one. I'm really enjoying it just for the mobility, though, because it's kind of just better Greatsword right now if you don't need the F1 from Greatsword. Abaddon. The 5's really buggy, though. Oh, rip. Alright, bye. I don't hate it. It's definitely a usable weapon as opposed to all of Warrior's other garbage. Yep. Bullet catcher just glitched out there because I spun my camera. Heaven forbid I'd play with not keyboard turning arenanet. I wonder what... It's got to be like weird amounts of, I don't know. Mobility too fast or something. Sorry, homie. I have a weapon that works. Oh, I almost got him. I should have popped... I don't think Defiance Stance was up, but I should have. Got to use Defiance Stance and Doliac Signet if you're stomping something, chat. Otherwise, it did not work. Unlike Mirage that just, you know, gets an F4, which makes you invulnerable by default without having to give up space on your healing or utility bar. You know. That sounds horrible, nah? Why would 14 have a built-in delay? Is it just because of the global cooldown thing? Yeah, the Primal Burst is ridiculous because it's not a projectile and it immobilizes. I almost did a video on it, but I wanted to see what Crapface had to say first because he tends to do really good dissections of Warrior Staff. But in my opinion, Warrior Staff is just every other Warrior weapon, but kind of jack of all trades, right? Like, if you want to rate Warrior weapons, and they're not, none of them are 10 out of 10 considering in this game. Like, maybe the best weapon, which is Sword, is like a 6 or a 7 at best. Staff is like, you know, relative to the sword, like, you know, a 5 out of 10, whereas the swords are his 6, right? Because the mobility is insane. The snap pull, even with the giant visual indicator, is insane. This is good when it works. Defiant Roar is whatever. The auto attacks do almost as much as a greatsword. Lagged my life, what the fuck, yeah. Final Fantasy XIV's original concept of those delays were put in to make it fair for PS2 players back in the... Huh. PlayStation 2, huh? Oh, like, it was built on 11? That makes sense. Yeah, it's reset night, Decker. Give it like 30 minutes and everyone will be off. You'll be able to actually play the video game. Be thankful we have, like, you know, Nuz saying this, forget the amazing server architecture that Guild Wars has. Like, this game never goes down, and that's a miracle. Like, genuinely, it's important to recognize what arenanet does well, and their server architecture is literally top tier in the MMO space. Spaghetti code. Yeah, makes sense. 14. Well, good news, Abaddon. We're getting something. You know, some other weapon next. That's a good... Here we go, chat. They've pretty much confirmed, again, if you haven't seen my thing, watch the one that's coming out over the weekend, or just go back one stream and watch it. But they did an interview with Josh Grouch Davies, the game director, right? And he pretty much confirmed that the next expansion, everything's getting new weapons again. What's Warrior getting? What the fuck is left? We're just gonna get a scepter that we're gonna beat people with? Pistol. I have a pistol, it's right here. Yeah, it's probably gonna be main hand pistol. 3 skills isn't very much, though. If we get a short bow, I quit the game. God, short bow. I would actually probably quit this game if they give Warrior short bow. That would do it. I always wonder where the lines are for people. It's been 11 years. There you go, Cal. I know you're listening. I know you watch this in your sleep. If you want me to get me to quit the game permanently and stop complaining about Bladesworn once and for all so you can just buff the shit out of Ellie, no sarcasm there. Just give us short bow, and yeah, that'll do it. I want people to genuinely just leave. Now, dual-wielding greatsword would be what everyone wants and be dope. Or just, like, dual-wielding foci and just be a monk. They've also said, to Josh, again, his credit, this interview was very good, and I don't want to just, again, dunk on arenanet because I'm pissed off about Bladesworn. They said they didn't rule out, like, elite specs for the future. So, you know, maybe one expansion past this. We'll see. Yeah, shortbow and NG was a mistake. Yeah, it's supposed to be a support weapon, Daikru. The problem is all the fields that it drops and all the arrows are unblockable, so they can't make them offensive. But they sort of designed themselves into a corner there. So it, like, has to be good, but it can't be Ranger Maces good, right? That being said, I think Ranger Maces are absolutely juiced. Sorry, fighting some kind of weird pistol core guardian. It's the first pistol guardian I've seen. It's kind of sick. Am I dead? Nope. That was a functional daze. He'd be dazed right now. I take this as a win. Damn, if only he could move while channeling that. I had Aegis up, and it stripped it and didn't give a shit. Did you see that? And still knocked me back. Maybe he was channeling his, like, auto. I don't know. Good fight. You don't give up on pistols, dude. Yeah, it should get dual-wield focus, and NG should have gotten 2 individual weapons that they could customize with their existing weapons. But fuck NG. NG Warrior and Thief are just... They need a dev that gives a shit about them, in my opinion. I gotta stop taking this personally, you know? But 10 years. Fixing Rush. Hurts. Glad Rush is getting fixed, ostensibly. You know, bullet catcher fix maybe in 10 years. That was weird. Imagine dual wielding scepters. Yeah, I could imagine that. That'd be sweet. In 10, it's getting closer. Yeah, people will go to sleep, Gibbs. You'll get in. Dude, Ranger Maces were supposed to be their own elite spec, I'm convinced, because they're basically berserk mode on roids. The fart that gets me about Ranger Maces, almost literally, is like, all of the skills are good, right? Even the 3 is good. Like, that's basically Skull Grinder, but stuns and doesn't do damage in PvP. The 4 is ridiculous. Thistle Guard, it cleanses 2 conditions, it gives you stability, it hits an AoE, it gives you barrier, and it blocks an attack when you cast it. And then the thing that with Ranger Maces aren't necessarily the buff that they get when they start, like, life genning or giving you, you know, healing based on the damage you do, which is just berserk mode but better because it's on a weapon. That part is good, but is kind of, you know, on par with the level of power everything else gets. They refresh all your skills when you go into giant form, which is just like, okay, look. Like, come on. All of them? Maybe not just, like, taking a portion off, like the ones on recharge, really just refreshing all the skills, you know? It's just very, very, very strong. I don't know. We'll see. I hope that they just go back and do a balance pass for the other weapons that are in the game, right? You know? Warrior Maces when... Dual wield shields, yeah. I thought when they originally announced Chronomancer Daikaru that, and showed off like the first elite spec we were getting, that Chrono was getting main hand shield because the blurb they said about it was like Mesmers use weapons in weird ways. So I was like, okay, they're gonna give Mesmer like main hand shield and it's gonna shoot like electric saw blades or some shit. And granted, Chronomancer is a dope spec that was unbelievably overpowered for a really long time and still very good. And as far as like, you know, it won the elite spec vote your favorite elimination thing. Conceptually 10 out of 10, even execution wise, like, you know, 8 or 9 out of 10. Really simple addition that really changed the game, not only the game, but Chronomancer, like Mesmer in general, and really made it, you know, the fast pace playstyle that Mesmer is today. Ooh, he's a Bladesworn. Hello. Is this you, Gibbs? Are we fighting? All right, let's do this. I have a scale. Really want chicken wings, chat. Holy crap. I'll go over here. Yeah. I have 2 things aggroed on me. This ain't fair. Bullshit. And is also using shouts, I believe. Oh, that's a defiant stance. I'm gonna just, like, go over here now. That would have hit me if it was a real projectile arenanet. He's also using Shield Master. Go figure. Ow. He's using Bull's Charge? Ah, get him, Scale. No, we're having a fun 1v1. Go away. I don't want it, Zerg. I'm sorry. Anubis is going to get him. God of Death. Figures. I'm sorry. I tried. My team is rude. Respect the 1v1s, chat. Trying to fight. He's trying to jank it too. He's just trying to enjoy his gun, samurai. Leave him alone. We'll be over here in our little corner. Just like arenanet. Leave us alone. Be good. Alright. Let's go. Dang, he's got a staff now. Neither of us is gonna die. Guildmaster's so broken. That's another thing, just like jank like that, where they've just embraced the jank instead of like fixing it and then balancing the class. We both had Shield Master up, so the projectile was just bouncing back and forth. That's very funny. If you didn't know, projectiles will not bounce endlessly because it would crash the game. Back and forth between reflects, they do a maximum of 2 bounces. He's got the tech. We're running like the same build. I'm just gonna auto attack him. Jesus. Oh, yeah, Aegis from the charge. That's cute. I haven't even used any of the staff healing. Yeah, we're never gonna kill each other. Staff on warrior is like so ridiculous. I'm done with this. Oh, it's funny. Hey, Maddie, what's up? How are you? How's things? How's the, you know, PhD hell? Hopefully it's going well. It's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying having a functional weapon for once. Hopefully things are well with you. Dude, it was 50 degrees here. It was dope. Snow melted. Car wouldn't start because I haven't driven it. Need to charge the battery, but other than that, you know. Hell? Yeah, good. Was that you, Gibbs? That was dope. Yeah, if you're on staff, you're never going to die on a warrior. Well, if you're on staff and you're fighting something dually that isn't bursty, you're never going to die. Hell, good. That means it's going well. I'm proud of you. You get a head pat. You get a virtual head pat from me on the internet, so it's worthless. I'm running your exact build. Are you? Are you running Daring Dragon? I didn't see any alacrity on you, but it could have been so short. Yeah, it was me. I'm running your exact build. Huh. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, it's pretty fun, right? First time you had great... Yeah, greatswords. Oh, probably because I got you in combat. I don't know. Gibbs, are you from Jade Quarry? I don't think I'm not from Jade Quarry. I'm from Sea of Sorrows. We're not paired with Jade Quarry? No Jade Quarry here, Maddie. They have Daring Dragon? Huh. Yeah, you need to like 100% boon duration to get like any value out of it. It blows. Hey, Aries, have a good night. Hopefully your trades go well. Sleep well, my dude. Using full diviners. Yep, that's how you do it. Full diviners and or fireworks runes. You don't want to run a whole brack. Build is ridiculous. It's also fun. And it's also not overpowered. Yeah, Rune of Leadership will work too. Solid. The one setup that the build has and why I kind of like it is if you have the, you know, Alacrity, you can do Signet of Fury and actually like do damage for one of your hits. But it's literally only one because this only lasts for 4 seconds and you have to queue it. You know the name of your new weapon set. Staff? I don't know. Staff Greatsword? What are you talking about? Great Staff? Staff Sword? Sword Staff? Staff Great? What is it? Can I use this like to get up there? No, tragically. Also, shout out to our bros on Twitch. If you're watching there and you haven't followed yet, there's free emotes, and I tried to make them all good, so go grab them. Also, we do giveaways Monday and Tuesday, and you have to be followed on Twitch for those because my bot is cool like that. Nah, that's fine. The infusions are really hard to get, Gibbs. But yeah, the alac uptime, getting it to actually like 4 seconds is pretty key. That's why you need like the extra stupid infusions and stuff. Let me look at it again. If you can craft super or the cake, it'll help a lot, or use holographic super cheese or some kind of boon increasing food. Yeah, it's full diviners with runes of Holbrack will get you there, but you need a bunch of concentration infusions. So full diviners with leadership, and that has to be ascended too. Yeah, they actually having that tooltip say 6 seconds of alacrity, so it's like it's not fully covered because you still have to channel, but the most alacrity you can get is really the issue. I love how also arenanet, just a big little quick aside, they balanced this permanent alacrity uptime in World versus World and PvP. They gave it 3 seconds on you having to run Discipline, because Discipline will chunk this cooldown down to 7 seconds, but it's actually like 7 and change, and then it'll be 20% off that. So minimum you need to load 1 bullet, and you can only load 1 bullet, and also you need to run Discipline, and also you need to run full diviners. Like, heaven forbid you give warrior any more than the minimum amount of alacrity to have full uptime in World vs. World and PvP, and that's with 100% goddamn boon duration, you know? Crazy. What's up, Formally? Pretty good. Are you not supposed to channel? I use it mostly just for the alacrity. Like, you're not... Dragon Trigger doesn't do damage. Like, I use it to proc... here, I can give you the updated one, the one I'm running tonight. I changed one of the traits up because I just did not have enough Cantha cleanse, but it also gives up the stance trait. So you're running the one from Monday, which is basically identical. But yeah, I mostly just use it to proc the adrenal health. So it's really important to like use this and then actually hit something, which is why I lead off with the 3 a lot of the time, because it's unblockable and like isn't just, no. Full channeling every time's a mistake. Unless you literally have somehow CC'd them with like the staff 4 and you know they're out of stun breaks and also can like pop Signet of Fury before you get into Dragon Trigger, it's not going to do damage. Like, look at your tooltips. Dragon Trigger fully charged does not do damage. Even with Unyielding Dragon, it doesn't do damage. And that's the biggest problem. It's just a kiting tool. It's just a kiting tool to keep the build going. The only thing on your kit, period, that does damage is hitting with Signet of Fury, building enough might, and then, like, auto-attacking, or literally, like, just with the Gunsaber, or literally, like, the Gunsaber 4 or the 3 if you're in melee range, and that's it. Like, nothing else does damage. That's the biggest problem, is Bladesworn, again, conceptually, it's got the Berserker problem, right? Where it plays so drastically differently and is engineered so drastically differently in PvE with this one, like, yeah, you know, if I was in PvE, that would have literally done 100,000 damage to this Dolyak. But you can't have that in World versus World. So instead of, you know, giving it some fun, or, like, heaven forbid, letting it do a little bit of damage, they hyper overcorrected, even without Daring Dragon, and it does, like, basically less than a Greatsword auto attack. And the other problem is with that is it doesn't have regular burst skills, so this has to have an 8-second cooldown, so it can't do 100,000 damage, so they have to balance it like a regular burst, except you lose your access to other regular bursts, and then you also have to build flow, which is different, and holy shit, just go watch my video, right? Like, 7 different competing systems on this class, and it could be good, just, you know, leave it alone for half a second. The other cynical part of me thinks that whoever designed this class was, like, at odds with Cal, and they left the studio, and Cal's just like, haha, get him. But also, I think that's unfair, and I don't think that's warranted. I think Cal's too dry to take any of this crap personally. Although, I will say, Ellie's been in a good spot since he took over. Just saying. Catalyst, quite strong. Every game mode. Concentrating on killing all these dredge. Last time I spaced out on killing something, I lost the tower. Yeah, the idea with the old Daring Dragon build when you hadn't, like, was to build a, you know, buttload of flow, and then you would get to do a bunch of little slashes, which I had to, you know, take arms in order to make good, even back then. I have a different video on my channel, like, hey, arenanet, please don't nerf this. About that build, where you would just be able to stack vulnerability on your opponent. And again, there were counters to it. If they could CC you, because you only had room to run one stun break, or if they could cleanse all your vulnerability, you still didn't do any damage. Like, you could stay in Dragon Trigger all you wanted, but you didn't do any damage. But you were trading, you know, Unshakable Mountain and stuff like that, or the ability to run good trait lines at the time, for having to run arms and spec into mobility. And that's what I really liked about Bladesworn, and that's what, you know, variety of builds and diversity, they like to use that word a lot, is all about. Again, just bring back, you know, Daring Dragon, give Alacrity to Spellbreaker, and then you don't have to worry about it. If you don't want to balance the class or give it fun stuff or give it Necromancer projectiles, fine, fuck it. But make it functional for the people who want to use it, Jesus. I can't imagine ArenaNet wants to make less money because people are quitting their game. You know? And clearly not. New player experience has been awesome. Josh said in that interview, like, they have more new players than ever. Great. Let's keep them. If I had picked up the game because I saw Rama, like I said in that video, like, you know, Bladesworn Captain Extraordinaire, and, like, developed a playstyle around Rama, or, you know, Daring Dragon, or just, like, because I wanted to play this cool gunsaber wielding class, which is a good idea, I don't know if I'd still be playing the game, man. But again, it ebbs and flows, and it just feels bad, man, right now, so I have to hope. All I can do is go on the information that they give us, which for the last balance patch was literally nothing, and then they nerfed my class out of nowhere and didn't explain it. Oh yeah, I smashed up my thumb right before stream. It's fine. It's better, thank you. I just couldn't stream that day. Thank you for asking. We all know it's not a big chunk of the new players. Yeah, probably. It also could just be alts or bots or whatever, because the Wizard's Vault's extremely profitable to do on alts, right, Maddie? So it could just be people picking up, you know, $7 copies of Heart of Thorns like I keep telling everybody. If you want to make money in this game, just pick up Heart of Thorns for $7 and then do your dailies. It's how I make my money, isn't a secret. End of Dragons map completion and alt dailies, dude. One day I'll out-heal these dredge with regen. Or out-damage them. On the upside, I have 7 stacks now, which is sweet. On the downside, Dragon Trigger 2 still has this idiotic delay on it. Dude, Maddie, just do PvP dailies. People trade them in the PvP lobby. Set it all to PvP and just do them. You can even do them with your main account. It's super easy. We have 19. I almost think that... I know, Gibbs, you pointed out that the rush tracking isn't supposed to be fixed until the 19th. I almost feel like they snuck that into this patch, because I haven't had a rush miss since, but we'll definitely see, right? Like, and everyone's bitter when you don't know what Anet's doing. Go look up videos of Cal on his old Twitch channel of him, like, reviewing PvP skills. He's the same way before he got hired at arenanet. Like, it's tough when you don't have communication. That's why I give them props for telling us when they tell us what they're doing. I think that's really important. The Killer Instinct guys tried that, and it was based, they call it a failed experiment. And they're some of the devs I have the most respect for, because the problem with Killer Instinct is it was insanely popular in the fighting game community. Like, all you do is fight, right? So a lot of the big streamers for Killer Instinct, who were, you know, obviously competitive fighting game people, would try to weaponize their communities against, you know, the devs, and because they thought, well, you know, they knew better than the devs for balance problems. And I don't have their documents. I'm not a fly on the wall. I don't have their discussions. All I have is the 10 years that it took to fix Rush, right? So that part feels bad. But on the upside of that, they're actually talking to us now, sort of, when they remember to give us Bladesworn changes in the slides. And that's great. And that's not the kind of streamer I want to be. I want to be like, oh, Pseudo has this opinion, so better go tell, you know, the forums that we should save Daring Dragon. If you agree with me, great. If you disagree with me, great. I'd love to have that discussion with Cal, you know? Just weird. We get nothing. Or just like, just weird power buffs on Berserker. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if I'm coming off too terse or if your opinion differs. Again, different opinions are healthy, so I do take criticism and would like to have a positive attitude as much as I can, even if I am playing a trash can on legs. Open to being wrong, as with all things, as people should be. Ah, that delay sucks, though. So harsh. There's all my, like, warrior bros. The only things that have fought me, really, tonight have been, like, warriors. And don't get me wrong, great duels, but staff makes them immortal, so... Because I'm not a thief, I can't just come out of stealth and one-shot them. No, that thief, that one thief that beat me fought as well. That was a really good fight. Will Bender, bro, had a good fight too. Remember, you have a Q, Gibbs. Yeah, I was gonna say. If you're paired with Mag, you're gonna be queued forever, dog. Wow, it almost looks like Dragon Slash did damage there. Paired with me? Oh, goddamn. I'm sorry. I can come to a different... How are you 43 in the queue? We only have 22. Do you want me to go to a different map? I can invite you and we can run around. Oh no, we're on different servers. That's right. Can't play. Are you enjoying Willbender? I tried it in PvP and it's really good, but, you know, that's PvP balance, that's not world versus world. I still think the biggest problem with Willbender is the alacrity it gives. In world versus world, if it didn't have self-alacrity, it would be fine. It'd be good. But that's a big step to balancing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. This turret is OP. Please, turret. Leave me alone. Well, what? Here's a better more productive discussion, Gibbs. What did you like about Warrior? Like, that's what Roy asked me when I was like, hey, can you put Daring Dragon back? You know, what would you like back on it? How would it be balanced, right? Like, Daring Dragon was fun because you traded the unblockable and, at the time, the stun for the utility of it, right? And it was in the utility slot, and Cal even said it was the PvP trait. So that was cool. So I was like, alright, fine, I'll use the PvP trait to make a build. But it still had holes. You know? You're very susceptible to CC, especially after they took all the stability off you. Yeah, Willbender hits harder, faster, and has like 5 stun breaks and has renewed focus, and then you get all your stun breaks back, and it's like, Jesus. It is ninja extraordinaire, but when Willbender came out, it sucked. But then they buffed the ungodly shit out of the Signet heal, which was Willbender's only hole. Like, it used to be that, oh, they're killing the catapult. Well, that's no good. Willbender's big hole used to be that when you did damage to a Willbender, it couldn't just regen it back. Because its heal skill sucked. And the idea was the hole in Willbender was going to be that, or at least from what I could see, was it was good, it was mobile, but if you did any damage, unless you were an idiot and attacked into their block, which, to be fair, has a really untelegraphed animation, the damage would kind of stick, right? So they had to kite you really well, which was how the thing was supposed to play. And then the Signet got like one of the fastest cast times, regen 7 health, cleanses conditions when you don't push it, and it's like, arenanet, holes and rolls, man. You talked about this on your balance stream. Like, if you're gonna make Thief but blue, make Thief but blue. Don't make Thief but blue with alacrity, you know? It's just weird. Well, I try to make fun builds, right? I don't know, things that I'm enjoying, and bring that... I could watch a video about someone who's really into knitting if they were passionate about it, and I really enjoy Bladesworn. It's just, right now... A, I'm lagging really bad, holy shit, and B, you know. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That. But again, design space, hopefully they bring it back. And hopefully you're enjoying it. Video games are for fun. Again, this game is not balanced at all. If it was, Ranger wouldn't have an idiotic downstate. Or everything would have an idiotic downstate. These things have a lot of boons, shit. Let's put on my horrible clairvoyant arenanet balance predicting hat for Bladesworn again here. What do I think they're gonna do? Instead of just adding alacrity to Spellbreaker, where Magebane Tether would pulse alacrity and might around your target, I think they will... What's the worst thing they could do? Make Daring Dragon heal around you in a smaller radius than it applies alacrity for PvE when you hit a target. And it will give 1 stack of might in PvP and World versus World to your allies when you cast it. Optimistically, I'd like to say the Spellbreaker thing, where they just make Magebane Tether, Pulse Alacrity, you know, revert the change on Dragon Trigger 2, maybe nerf the damage on it to keep it fair, give us back Daring Dragon, and then make Immortal Dragon do literally something, because I don't think anyone in the history of the game has ever slotted that trait. Magebane Tether's dope. It's a good trait. Even though it only gives 1 stack of might in PvP, people still run it because it has an 8-second cooldown and functionally it's anti-thief. You know? Magebane Taylor's sick. Dang, this guild is, this guild and team chat's recruiting and they pay for transfers. Hint, hint. I have to have faith in their balance team. I have to, you know, give them time to cook. It's probably like 2 people and a cat. We'll see. You know, shout out to Cal if you're listening. Promise I'm not that bad. I'd do it for free. But, a dog. Yeah, fair enough. The April Fool's cat and dog stuff was fairly solid. April Fool's is always very fun. And even their patch notes are getting more and more self-aware. It's pretty sick. One of them was like added incremental axe buffs to Necromancer. It's so funny. What did I get down? Is there a wall over there? Interesting. I didn't even know that was a wall. I thought I was hitting the gate. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I miss my blue man group already, though. Alright, let's not potato out while taking this tower this time, chat. What is chilling me in this tower? Is it this Kabbalist? It's this Kabbalist. Maybe I'm saying that right? Sad they fixed it so fast. Yeah, that's my fault. Or rather, it's Mukluk's fault. But I'll take credit for that one. It was pretty funny. Even though it was only client side, it's interesting that that was egregious enough that, like, hey, you know, maybe fix this. Oh yeah, there's just loads of screenshots. I have a gif of it. Pretty funny. Nice. Dragon Trigger just whiffed there for literally no reason. That was sick. The Tower Lord dazed me before I could do the final hit of 100 blades. Jesus Christ. That's funny. That's very funny. Ooh, his, like, jump thing on NG rifle knocks back. That's cool. Iliac Signet, they're better than Balance Stance? Absolutely not. Balance Stance is broken. I just like it because I'm running the Signet trait Daikru. The other version of this build runs Balance Stance. I can link that. It was like Balance Stance, either shake it off. Okay, I'm pressing my stun break. It's just not going because of lag, I guess. Yeah, lag. Fury Signet, Balance Stance, and Signet of Endurance, which again says it doesn't have a cast time, but it does. I just like Doliac Signet because they keep buffing it, and it reminds me from back when Daring Dragon existed. But yeah, Balance Stance is really, really good. Not taking critical hits is basically being immune to power damage. And the fact that it gives you pulsing stability and lasts for 4 seconds, not 3, is like huge value. More if you trade it, obviously. But you see how long it takes me to take like a tower with this shit. Even when my brain's on. Oop. Said my brain's on and missed that. But I also didn't know that actually CC'd you. Astonished no one's come to fight me, Gibbs. Yeah, I can solo take towers, it just takes a while. You're in queue. Willbender man, I see. Ah, gross. Willbender's really cool. Again, I don't want Willbender to not get cool things just because, you know, Gunsaber. But Willbender has a lot of things. I really worry about the biggest thing I worry about on Heaven's Palm is they sort of standardize the amount of time it takes to, and Mukluk experienced this when he was playing support actually. They standardize the amount of time that it takes to support like res or stomp somebody. And for battle standard, granted it's more targets, but it takes 2 seconds to cast even with quickness. It still takes like a second and a half. Same thing to res somebody, right? Instacast reses or sub 1 second reses are much more valuable on things like Druid or Guardian than Battle Standard because they can get them off faster. Heaven's Palm has a 1 1/4 second cast time and can also be enhanced by quickness, and according to their patch notes, they're giving it an evade on startup. The Thief chain that also can't be used as an AoE CC, like whatever it's called. You know, everyone knows that the Daredevil Elite chain that can stomp somebody if you get all 3 hits off. Takes like 3 seconds to cast all of it. Even with quickness, it's still around 2 seconds. So they kind of standardized it to the point where there's this standard amount of time minimum that you need to stomp somebody, even if you're going to put it on a cooldown skill. And Heaven's Palm should stomp people. But the fact that they're also giving it an evade on startup, so there's literally no counterplay in a group, is like, bruh, maybe like stability or like Aegis on startup, or, you know, something that's Guardian flavored instead of another evade that's basically an evade while you attack is like healthier. Like, I don't know who's making these design decisions that are just like, let's give more things that classes have never had to skills that were already buffing the, like, changing the functionality and buffing the shit out of, right? It's quite odd. Also, why am I attacking at the speed of molasses hitting this catapult? Also, why didn't my dragon trigger hit that catapult? There's some funky shit going on here, chat. Like, y'all seeing this, right? Getting some very, very weird lag right now. We back to attacking? Yep, now we're back to attacking at normal speed. How weird. I wonder if they fixed the thing where you can hit 1, 2, let's try this. To turn my auto off. And nope, stop. I can still hit the catapult from space. They did not fix the infinity range staff auto attack thing yet. Take solace in that. I wonder if it's unblockable. You didn't know this third hit of the staff auto has like infinity range right now, because of course it does. You do have to be untargeted on something though. So I guess it's not infinity. It's like 5,000 or whatever the minimum target distance is. It's very odd. Very odd. See what the queue is at. Damn. 33. I'm gonna go queue for a different Borderland, I think. I'm not getting many fights. I'm also lagging like a bitch, which isn't very good for streaming, because, you know, hashtag EBG. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, I think Teapot and Snowcrows finally cleared Cirrus CM, so as somebody who used to raid hardcore, that takes dedication, so shout out to them. If they didn't, also shout out to them, because that still takes dedication. Harvest Temple CM took Snowcrows, what, like 3 weeks? Took us 6 months? Shit's hard. I just worry now that somebody's cleared it, it'll never be nerfed, so most people won't do it. And granted, there should be hard content. It just more worries me that, like, the power level needs to be at a certain level to clear things like Harvest Temple CM and, what's it called? Temple of Fabe CM, so if power level's going to stay there, that sort of invalidates a lot of the previous work that like devs have done, you know, for old raids and such. Yeah, they were definitely struggling, but also apparently was bugged for a while and then also overtuned, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not sure if they cleared it. I saw something on Reddit saying like, hey, shout out to arenanet for putting hard stuff in the game, so I assume they cleared it. I don't know. I don't watch many streamers. I do not have time. I'm busy writing my Bladesworn fan fiction. It's important to beat people to the criticism. And be self-aware. If you didn't know, chat, this one veteran harpy gives a stack for your stacking sigil. Only the veteran. But it's more than 0. I'm on desert. We can come fight. I'd like to fight good willbenders, honestly. iCover's been busy, or else I'd ask to fight him. He's really good. Yeah, you're on desert? Oh, hell yeah. I'll stay by Harpy Land then. You're not real. It's okay, you're playing willbender. You don't have to be good. Unironically, skill not needed. I almost feel like 100 Blades should do basically 0 damage, but stack like 25 vulnerability and be a setup tool. I don't really know. Or it should just be like, have twice the cooldown time and be Omni Slash from Revenant Sword 3. I think that'd be sick. Move my microphone, sorry chat. While I wait in my cat chair because I can't use my real cat chair. Let's get some Wizard's Vault objectives here. What are people buying? Mystic coins? Money? Mystic money? Coins money? I never know what to buy once I buy the cosmetics. What was that? Permanent finishers and lounge passes. Well, that's nothing I want. Gross. Wow, keys were just on sale. They're on sale again? Huh. Gibbs, I'm taking your shrine. Come stop me. I don't think they want people to gamble. The entire gaming industry and marketing in general has moved away from RNG drops. And also there was no new item in the Black Lion chest, right? So the marketing model for a really long time was like RNG drops and loot boxes and stuff. And even arenanet, before they did the guaranteed statuette thing, was really generous compared to a lot of other games at the time with like their drops and such. I mean, I say that as somebody who it took like 75 keys or something, or 200 to get one of the Vermilion weapons. Compared to some games, again, not the best, but still generous. But they've made all of those. I can't play this song. It's super copyrighted by Sony. Shout out to Crashing Atlas, though. Very good band. They've made it so that you can use statuettes to get guaranteed drops after the fact because they've realized, and again, this was really smart of them, that battle passes are the future of gaming, at least for now. And that's why we have this like $25 for a battle pass, I'm sorry, excuse me, mini expansion model going now. It's just a marketing thing. Granted, also really important to highlight when arenanet does stuff well, because they do a lot of stuff really well, like their service architecture. This is the best battle pass in any game that I've ever seen, and I work in marketing. Like the redo of the Wizard's Vault and the $25 for episodic content every 3 months, does exactly what Josh Grouch Davis wanted, which is give them more regular seasonal content that doesn't burn players out, give you a reliable date for that content so you can plan your effing schedule around it, and B, it also gives them money to rework their daily system, which was in dire need of it, aka the Wizard's Vault, which they've been adjusting. Awesome. A-tier expansion model, in quotes. More. Please. God. You know? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We have a problem, chat. My controller is disconnected and I'm running toward a cliff. Okay, we're good. Hashtag controller problems. Thank you, Xpatter. Please don't do that. Alright. That was horrible. Well, I'm semi-AFK right now because I need to reconnect my Xbox controller. We good? We're good. Okay. 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 That was horrifying. There you are. Hello. I drop ascended food, but I can't. Let me send you some food. You need a utility food buff on your bar. You have food. You don't have the utility food. There you go. The Karka potions. The Karka potions, chat. This man's a build crafter. All right, I'm ready. Whenever you are. Let's go. Dragon Trigger will come out eventually. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nice. You need to use renewed focus. My first piece of advice. Second off, you need to play like a bitch more. Willbender's kite, like, their whole thing is in and out, in and out, in and out damage. You're trying to play it like a person with a soul. You need to play it like an absolute scumbag. Also, a Relic of Speed will help a lot. I'm not sure what relic you're running. I'm not kidding. It's literally the playstyle. Yeah, Relic of Speed. Good. We have to go to space to... Do you have Armistice Bastion? We could have just fought in there, now that I think about it. Yeah, we could have just fought in there. Oh well, whatever. Go again. Zero counter. No, there's counterplay, Dekru. The counterplay is play Willbender. Is close your game, close out of whatever class you were playing, switch on. Oh my god, Gunsaber 2 hit you. Also, you shouldn't be using that heal. That's, I mean, I'm being critical. I shouldn't offer advice. I'm being one of those people, unless you want it. Don't offer advice, chat. Unsolicited unless people ask for it. Unsolicited advice makes you, you know, one of those people. You don't want to be one of those people. God, that kick does all the damage in the world. Fuck that thing. Careful, I might actually get a skill off. Oh. Apparently you can't tell when an Azura uses renewed focus. That's good to know. Nice job. Yeah, there's counterplay. Don't get hit by the kick. You're not bad. You're just playing like a person with a soul. I also don't main Willbender, so I can't give you much advice. I also, keep in mind, I also have played this build since End of Dragons came out. Yeah. And actually have a functional weapon, sort of, now. Again, sort of. When Bullet Catcher decides to work. That's a sick animation. Shout out to arenanet for Bullet Catcher animation when it works. Help with the guild? Makes sense. Oh, sorry, I gotta go to space. Here's another idea, arenanet, free of charge. Make the Dragon Slash 2, if it's such a big issue and you want to nerf it a little bit, instead of literally giving it a cast time that you can't do anything about, that isn't indicated on the tooltip and isn't affected by quickness, instead of that, just make the AoE smaller. But also, like, make the AoE work. Yeah, it makes sense. Alright, if you want to keep fighting, I'm down. I'll practice, but it's up to you. One more? Okay, let's do it. You know, Dragon Trigger will go off at some point. It's fine. I've seen a lot of Willbenders running, like, What's the immobilize thing? I think it's off sword, obviously, because that's like Willbender's weapon. That was good. Yep, bullet catcher glitching out there. It's good. Solid. Amazing. I love it. This came up when I was talking with Captain Crapface as well. It's one of the reasons they need to nerf the ever-living fuck out of Unshakable Mountain in order for Bladesworn to be viable is Warrior needs playstyles and elite specs that aren't just meat pile. Like, I get that Unshakable Mountain's good, and it should probably still exist in some capacity, but, like, whatever they buffed it to in PvP, it's like 1,000 barrier every time you go through an ammunition skill. No wonder fucking Bladesworn was unkillable. It had nothing to do with Dragon Trigger 2. Heaven forbid it have some fun buttons. It's helping me test my build too, because I'm really glad I actually put an on-demand Condi Cleanse button on. As much as I want Endurance Signet to be good, just hoping it doesn't work. Nice job. You get rewarded with a harpy. Off-topic question. Hell yeah. The best way to profit from unidentified gear is to open them right. I have no earthly clue, Daikaru, right now. I would guess the best way to profit off of unidentified gear, let me make sure this is still a thing before... Although they may have gone down now. So, these symbols and charms before the patch... yeah, the charms, especially the ones of skill, were absurdly expensive because these charms of skill or whatever were absurdly expensive. I'll tell my ally to fuck off, sorry. Is this another Bladesworn? Damn, you're gonna kill him. Never mind. Although I think he's trying to let you get the harpy. Yeah, he's letting you get the harpy. Stop attacking him, Gibbs. There you go. Alright. Now if you want to fight. It's only the veteran that gives the stack. There. Now you guys can sort it out. Communicate with your fists like JoJo characters. Daikaru, the free like relic compensation thing had driven up charms specifically so much. So the best way to make a profit from identified gear was this salvage-o-matic, the rune crafters. Because it would sometimes give you charms that were used to craft runes that were, you know, everyone wanted the free rune before the patch to get the compensation of the free relic. So people were driving up the price of those. I have no idea right now, but I'd assume they, at least at some level, have made it so that you make more money if you open your unidentified gear. You would hope that the market will balance itself out that way. I'm sorry if that doesn't answer your question. Thank you for asking, though. I do my best. I can't wait till we have our whole little cadre of people to roam around with. It's gonna be amazing. World restructuring when arenanet. Food fell off again. Fuck. Can't remember which one I was using. Need to put in a buy order for more super cake unless I have some in my bank. Let's show off the contract again. Let's use another crafting station. Check this shit out, chat. We'd now just have a scribing station in the middle of nowhere. What was I looking for? How do, speaking of which, how do keyboards work, chat? Need more cake. But yeah, check this out. I'm not sure if enemies can use it, so that would be a fun thing if you are alive and want to test it, Gibbs. If you can run up and use a scribing station, but I know allies can, which is awesome. We can use it as banks. Or we could just like craft ascended food in the middle of, you know, Narnia. Oh, it's Daikaru. Hell yeah. Daikaru, are you on my team? Are we not running around? God damn, dude. Not even televising your fight. I'm sorry. Should be back up there. Make my way with my dope cat. Is it a different guy? Alright. Just switch today. Nice. Didn't want to be with Maguma. Oh, I almost feel like sending you money for that comment. That was funny. Ow. I will try to update this build in the description as well. The it's slightly different from the one from Monday. I don't associate with criminals. Oh dear. Yeah, the amount of cheating that goes on between all servers. Like, I've seen screenshots of people from Sea of Sorrows cheating. I've definitely witnessed people from Maguma and other places cheating. Like, the amount of cheating that goes on for such a meaningless effort, like world versus world in this game, is, like, absolutely astonishing to me. Baffles my brain. If you walk into any kind of competitive scene with a floaty on, there is something wrong with you. Okay, if you play Ranger. Anyway, let's fight this guy who's like kind of AFK, right? Slowly like pull him over here. Come back to your computer, dude. I don't do damage. You've got time. Trust me. Look at this Scourge wielding a greatsword, though. Shout out to you for trying to play the video game. He's got like the weird Christmas tree thing on. Kind of love his build, not gonna lie. Shitloads of barrier. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to kill this. It's a lot of damage. Oh, I have an ally. I have an ally. He has a camp. LIV camp, fight. Dude, this guy's build is sick. I love it. Not kidding. Genuine appreciation for this guy's like weird greatsword Scourge build. He's not using the giant shade. He's using like maybe the boon. No, they don't have the boon corrupt one anymore. I don't know. It's really cool. Where's my ally? What's he doing? It's like super tanky. We're gonna have to kill the camp first. Oop. Willbender boy showed up. Oh, Gibbs is helping. Gibbs got him. I get the stomp. Gibbs got him. The 3v1. The BM. It's just broken people. They need a way to validate, and push-ups are hard. Daikaru. Cheating happens with everything. Happens in real life. It happens with... You know, I complain about Bladesworn on the internet because it's easy and it's fun for me, but it doesn't really add anything, right? Like... People just kind of, you know, feel validated when they, you know, see someone else with an emotional response, so... Get some attention. We're a social species. Could I probably put my efforts into something better than complaining about Bladesworn whenever I play it? Yeah, because I enjoy it. It's fucking sweet. I want to get that message across. I just want it to be sweet and work, you know? Mirage got me? Yeah, I didn't tell him. I'm sorry. But you got the Scourge. And if that isn't a good example of like, hey, my class can't do damage, yours can, the way I have built, that's good. And that's, you know, build variety is good. It was like, what, Virtuoso and a Bladesworn, and we couldn't damage that guy. His build was fucking sweet. What does Spin Kick do on Willbender, or whatever it's called? All of the damage. No one's above criticism, though. Myself especially included. If there's one thing that my 10 plus years of playing Guild Wars 2 has taught me, it's how to consider alternate viewpoints, because humans are humans. But also, humans suck, and that's why we have cheaters and idiots that complain about Bladesworn on the internet. And humans are also great, and that's why we have 3D printable prosthetics at home right now in 2024. So, you know. Hopefully people can take something positive from all the complaining was the joke there. I mean, Cal got complained for a year and a half, and then he got hired by arenanet. I'm kidding, mostly, kind of, not really. I hope people are enjoying the PvE release as well. It's kind of pretty good from what I've seen, and the map is pretty sick, and the meta is pretty fun. I heard that people don't really like the fact that it starts with another escort, and I did it a little bit. It like ends with this big, you know, spoiler kind of Cryptus Dragon thing. But I didn't hate it. Like a couple times I did it in our PvE run through of the story. It's really good. And honestly, chat, here's the thing. Here's the positive takeaway from tonight's stream. I am so fucking excited that we're getting a minimum of 2 more years of this like release model for arenanet to really like get it down, right? Because say what you want about the End of Dragon's elite specs, they're really fun, at least conceptually, right? Like gun-toting Harbinger, Mechanist won like massively OP's spec of the year or whatever it was. Bladesworn has potential. Like Spectre got what, 2 different reworks before it landed where it is. Like, they're conceptually really cool. And I love when arenanet just tries weird shit. That's why I'd like them to try weird shit more and just move fast and break things. Honestly. Like, I'm not even kidding. Who cares if Gunsaber's, like, 4 is bugged? What, Pseudo's gonna complain about it on the internet? Oh no. What are we gonna do? Oh, did he just drop down? What we got here? Oh, I see 2 Mirages. Oh, you're probably fighting something. We can take this tower with these Mirages. Need to type faster, chat. Yeah, I don't usually stream on Fridays, but I figured I would because I'm really enjoying this build, and honestly, release week's pretty fun. If you're interested in their giant blog post about the future of the game, which is genuinely, again, very good, check out the video I made that's going up over the weekend, as well as it'll have the blog post just linked in it. So you can hit that up and read. And days later, you're in queue. I'm sorry. Were you busy? Were you foolishly playing another video game with your time? Hey, at least it's not as bad as Helldivers 2 queues. Heard they were asking people to, like, not play the game because people were leaving it on overnight and, like, shafting other people out of the queues. I'll throw one of those. Oh, he's throwing superior catapults. Gross. My catapult is better. My catapult has blackjack and hookers, chat. Get with it. You know, for arenanet, again, largely Blue Man Group not included, bug-free release. No, you know, they patched the one that let people not, like, that I think I experienced a little bit of, that didn't let, like, people finish the story. They patched another one that, you couldn't finish the story if you hadn't progressed Skyscale far enough, so. No, apparently the servers at certain times are, like, absolutely jammed formally. And people were, like, literally leaving their computers on overnight to, like, stay in the game. Which is an interesting use of your electricity money when electricity is this expensive. Alacrity time. Support Bladesworn for another 3 weeks. Hell yeah. Spin, 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 spin. I was really hoping this would give bonus boon duration at the end of the spin, but it doesn't. It's only literally to the resolution you grant. Again, weird decision, but alright. Boon duration is kind of a powerful thing. It's cool that you play with your wife, though. My SO plays Pokemon and, what's it called? That Harry Potter game that I keep calling Harry Potter, but isn't called Harry Potter. It's called Hogwarts Legacy because legal. Look at that sick animation. Hungry, chat. Very, very, very hungry. Dang, these people know what's up. Dang, you can't use it like offhand sword when you're or main hand sword when you're like halfway off a ledge already. Too bad. Yeah, in my experience, I mean, it's not 1-to-1, but like same thing with guys, right? Chicks just tend to play different types of games, which is fine. But obviously, you know, that's a stereotype. But also, I was a weird stereotype because I sold fashion and did like ballroom dancing in college, so it is what it is. Nothing wrong with it. I remember I got her Dreamlight Valley and she played that a fair bit on the way to when we went on vacation. AKA, what's it called? Animal Crossing, but Disney. But again, I know plenty of chicks that play Guild Wars too. I know plenty of guys that do ballroom dancing. Fun when you find stuff that overlaps, though. Dang, they erased this boss. People know what's up. Okay, a shrine. Run. If you're a viewer and you're at the shrine, run. They're coming for you. People with their paper bag helmets are coming for you. Man's very happy. It would have been... Cal joked, but I almost think he was serious. It would have been sick if they did an entire balance stream with the paper bag hats. Especially if, like, one of them was unmuted when the other one was talking, so you couldn't tell who was who. Would have been very funny. I thought it was really funny when Guy had all of the, you know, RIP Guy 2024, but he had all the paper bag helmets and he was running around with me, but they don't reload when you change it. But his plan was to like change the paper bag for reactions based on what he was fighting. That would have been very good. Paper bag helmet OP. Oh, it's you. I'm getting him. I'm getting him. Give me back my mobility skill, arenanet. God damn it. I still think Condi Bladesworn is like a decent idea as well. Where they could just, instead of like Immortal Dragon, which I don't think anyone in the history of the game has ever slotted into anything, if they don't want to make that the support trait, which again, please don't. If they made it do like 40 stacks of bleeding, but only for 1 second or 2 seconds or something, so that, you know, if you hit somebody with it, it would do next to no power damage, but like, you know, micro days, maybe 40 stacks of bleeding, and then if you didn't cleanse it, it just like insta hits you for like, you know, samurai damage and stuff. I think that'd be awesome. He's shooting me. Golems? Golems. Oh yeah, these golems that like chain daze you and are super fair. Damn, we 1v1 the Dolyak chat. Because Shieldmaster is definitely working as intended, I was able to reflect all those projectiles. Shieldmaster's another weird one. Who knows if it's working as intended? But they changed it, or I think, to at least say when you reflect a projectile, so maybe. But hopefully you've enjoyed this descent into Bladesworn madness. I might try to take this one camp and then call it. I'm very hungry. Have a busy weekend, but check out the dissection on their Future of the Game forum post-interview thing they did. Very solid again. If you didn't catch it the other night. Who's at this camp? What are you? I have to help my allies. Oh god, this is like a whole ass Zerg, right? Yeah, this is like a whole ass Zerg. We're gonna go over here. Well, we have a new goal, chat, and that's to live. Good lord. It's a few people. I don't think we're living that. Oh, in any class, even a willbender. That was a few people. It's quite funny. Yeah. It happens. Maybe we can take this home camp then. What are you doing, sir? Willbender, man. But I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful for the future of the game. I think that the Bladesworn nerfs, both justified and unjustified, will give them some design space to add some flavor back to the class, hopefully. And if not, you know, whatever. I'll find something to play. Mirage still exists. As far as, you know, for now. We'll see. And yeah, it's sick. You gotta have faith. What's this got? Conceptually, they definitely have the designs for a lot of these things. Chronomancer took them a really long time to get right as well. Mirage too. Soul Beast as well. Druid even. Takes time. I look forward to pissing both sides of the line though, by pissing both sides of the issue off by straddling the line so much. But that's kind of what you have to do. Because cautious optimism is the way to go through life, I think. With most things. Anger gets some stuff done. But so do hugs. Oh, and final thoughts as far as the news stuff goes. If you have any inclination for any of the sales, check out the post they made on the existing/upcoming March sales. They're rolling through, I think, most, if not all, of the gem store items that have, like, ever existed. I'm looking forward to the one where they're actually going to have all the chairs on sale, because the Magma Throne has only ever been on sale once, and it's the one I want. So I'm really looking forward to picking that up. But yeah, this is an invulnerable supervisor. I'm going to get these. And hit me up in the comments if you have any questions about the build, if you want to chat about other stuff, warrior balance, regular balance, etc. Questions about my Mirage build, how we did Harvest Temple CM. You have 40 seconds to get here. You won't get credit for the camp, though. We'll have to fight you for the camp. You nut job. Also, Gibbs, you in VOA? If you don't want an invite, that's fine. But he's pretty right. Guess I'm waiting for the Heart of Thorns sale now. That's where the money's weighed. I think it's on sale now, is it not? Maybe it was just when they did the interview. I could be wrong. I might have misquoted that in my video, but it was whenever they did the interview for like $750. I wouldn't pay more than that, but it's if you can get Heart of Thorns / Path of Fire for $750, like that's an unbelievable deal. Also, shout out to Action Camera for letting you change the direction you aim, track, and trigger. Oh, if you didn't know. And then the Shasha. One day we'll sheath it. Up, here's Gibbs. Gibbs, you fighting. I put the controller down, Gibbs. Don't kill Daikaru. He's a friendly. I have to defend the camp. I have to do it. You knew this was happening. Going to auto attack you to death. I want you to know that. Because staff autos are actually very good. I like that staff autos do more damage than Dragon Trigger. Oh, Gibbs, you fought valiantly. I love it. Thanks for joining, guys and gals out there in here. If you want to catch a stream live and a giveaway live, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and usually / sometimes Fridays. Check us out. I do giveaways Monday, Tuesday, whatever day I can stream the first day. And we gave away a buttload of gold last time. We'll probably be doing the same. And yeah, cheers. Stupid okay, I will add it to your question before I go. Stupid question, if you only have Heart of Thorns pacifier on an alt, are all the dailies on those maps, or do you miss EOD / Soto? All of your dailies formerly should be whatever expansion / combination you have. I believe somebody might be able to correct me after I'm wrong, but they should be all relative in the Wizard's Vault to whatever expansion you have. You just won't get access to some of the special stuff that's rolling through in the special tab. But yeah, have a great night, chat. I love all of you, and hopefully we get some love for all of the classes, not just Bladesworn, that we want to see going forward. Shout out to you and arenanet balance team. Cheers, and I'll see you guys in Tyria. Peace out.